Hey chat, how we doing? How we feeling this beautiful morning?
Is it real?
I'm ready to see the cover car. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to see this dang cover car. What up, boys? How we feeling? And girls, if there is any, if applicable. So, the agenda for today, right? First of all, let's not skip the fact that it's been a while since I've streamed. I'm well aware of that. It's called work. I'm very busy with work nowadays. But it is what it is. See, here's my hope, right? I'm hoping that with Forza Horizon 5, it comes out and I'm making content left and right. I have so many good video ideas ready for you guys. I am hyped for you guys to see some of the videos that I have planned. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a ton of collaborations I'm going to put in the work, so I'm excited. Also, this is what we are watching. This is the Xbox Gamescom live stream, which obviously actually technically starts in about 27 minutes, so I can just keep this up and we can chat while we wait for the countdown. But within this Xbox live stream, if you don't know what Gamescom is, it's the best way I could explain it is it's kind of like E3, but a little different. Like it's E3, but not E3, kind of. I don't know. Best way I can explain it. Also, it is very bright outside because sunrise. The sun, for whatever reason, wants to rise on my side of the house. So, literally, my bedroom and my office room are like directly on top of each other, pretty much. So, there is that. Yeah, I have no idea what they're talking about right now, if I'm honest with you. All I know is that the Xbox section of the live stream starts in about 26 minutes, obviously, as indicated by this countdown. Which that is when they will talk about Forza, and we'll see that. And then we also have this going on, which is the next Forza Horizon 5 Let's Go stream, which, according to their description, we'll hear more about like several brand new cars and a new showcase we'll get to do in Horizon 5, so I'm excited to check that out. So basically, this will be live right after we're done watching this. So as soon as we're done watching this, we'll head over to this, and we'll actually watch everything Forza related. So Zilla is clawing at my door. So there is that. How's my day been? I had cereal. That's how my day's been. That's about all I've done. Yeah, so like Gamescom is like, yeah, I guess the best way to put it is like it's an update for all the games revealed at E3. So, although I want to know, so obviously there is a poll at the top of the chat. What do you think the cover card is going to be? At least out of those options, because I think those are the most viable options. If you think it's something different, definitely say something in chat. We can talk about it. But those cars there are the rumors that I have heard between the Project 1, because obviously they've already shown Project 1 a ton in the gameplay that they've shown, so like it would kind of just make sense And then the new 2021 Lamborghini Countach was just revealed recently at Car Week. There's that. That is falling at my door, bro. 400Z. That would be cool. I don't know. I think they're trying to aim for a lot more like supercar vibe though. Super/hypercar vibe for the cover car. I mean, overall the 400Z would be cool to see on the cover, but I don't think the 400Z stands out quite enough. Because if you think about it, like you have like the Centenario and the Senna, both of which stood out crazy. I just couldn't see the 400Z being like the hero car, personally. But I overall, I hope it's in the game. I would love if the 400Z is in the game. 1000%. New Integra? Nah, the cover car wouldn't be the new Integra, but I do wish the new Integra's in the game too. Even if it like, because it's only just been revealed, so I don't think it's going to be in the game at launch. But that's fine, honestly. As long as it's like, as long as it's in the game at some point, that'd be sick. I don't know if you can, like, clawing at my door. Kill Drift Cat, yes sir. Yeah, I guarantee, Frank, you and I are the only ones who know what that means. I'm gonna guess. Although I will say, my personal belief, I think it's going to be the Project 1 and a Bronco. That's just what I think. Off-road car for the dudes. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking. So they made a huge emphasis on the new Ford Bronco within like the reveal trailer and like gameplay we've seen. So like, I think that the Bronco is going to be a huge factor. So I think it's literally going to be like FH3s. How you had like the Centenario and you had the little like Baja truck. I think it's going to be pretty similar. I think it's going to be like Project 1 and maybe like the Baja Ford Bronco that I think we saw in the trailer. It's going to be Jeremy Clarkson. If they made Jeremy Clarkson expansion, I'd buy. Probably. Late hours in FH3, yeah. We have come a long way since then. Frank, you would that's the era of if you guys don't know who Frank is, he's a longtime viewer and friend, so he was tuning into the streams and everything back when I was streaming FH3 in 2017, 4 years ago now. It's crazy. It was 4 years ago. That's wild. Yeah, I remember back in those days, I would be like, I'm very thankful for all of you, but back then I was like, dang, 60 viewers, I'm like famous now. I was like, dang, this is cool. And now we're at a point where we just average that, and that's awesome. Love you guys. I'm excited to play with the new Supra overall. I'm excited to see the customization on that. I want to see if they'll have the new C8 Z06 in it. That'd be cool. Like living with Jack. It's cool. A lot cooler than where I used to live, that's for dang sure. I will say that. He just kind of does his own thing most of the time. You were picking the cover car for FH5. Personally, I know there was a lot of mixed opinions on the new Countach. Although, I feel like that'd be too similar to FH3s though. I definitely think it needs the like Baja version of the Ford Bronco, which if you don't know what that looks like, let me try and find it real quick. Yeah, so it's the one that we saw in the trailer. This thing here. So I think it should definitely have this. I think that would be cool seeing it in the background. 1000%. But then also, I don't know. That's a tough one, to be honest. There's like a lot of good cars that have come out. I think the Project 1 is like, I think it's gonna be a good cover car if it is. But like, other than that, I don't know. Because I would love to have the new Countach because that looks sick. Then everyone's like, oh, it's just like a Sion. But then also it does kind of look like a Centenario from the front a little bit. Like it'd be a little too similar to FH3, I think. Lovely Tuesday, drinking on my bottle of water. Yeah, that's a good point. If everything was still on schedule, I feel like I have to sneeze. If everything was still on schedule and we didn't miss a year, we would almost be at FH6. That is kind of crazy. Of course, my allergies have to kick in right now. I don't want you to hear my ugly sneezes. Make sure to leave a like on the stream. I appreciate that. What time is it? It was a time that I probably should have been in bed. Nah, I don't. I have allergies, but I don't have like a cold or anything. It's just allergies. My room, for whatever reason, is like kind of dusty. I kind of have this every morning. My body just is like sneeze, sneeze, sneeze. Okay, you're fine. Sneeze. No, now you're fine. Yeah, I still had it for Tanner. Full time at the moment. So obviously, because I do that, that's like my full-time thing at the moment. So that's kind of going to be like the main focus. But once Horizon 5 comes out, my plan is to definitely like, my plan is to hopefully like, if the FH5 videos do well, that I plan on doing, and the streams, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch a lot. So if you haven't already, follow me on Twitch. It's Honda's having allergies as well. Maybe. Yeah, so I'm going to be streaming. So my plan is I'm going to kind of do what like Air 12 does, where he does like, he streams on Twitch, but records his videos while streaming on Twitch. So that means that you guys can get involved in some videos. So like, I think that'll be fun. And then I'll basically post kind of like a highlights video on YouTube. I think that'd be cool. I have no idea what we're watching right now, to be honest. I have not a clue. No, I don't think we're gonna see Tesla in a racing game for a while, to be honest. Unfortunately, because I would love to see like, imagine we got like the Tesla like semi truck. That'd be cool. Yeah, no, Tesla has this weird thing where Elon Musk just doesn't want to like promote his cars. He wants fully natural growth, which fair enough, I guess. But I mean, ultimately, just like seeing like. That's the crazy thing too. From what I've noticed, a lot of the Tesla owners that I see at car meets, they always like put these like stands right in front of their cars and kind of make them all special. Like, here's why you should get a Tesla, and it's like promotion, which I guess that's like the whole thing of natural promotion. But it's like it's still advertising and promotion to an extent. So like, I almost did it on mute there. I don't know. I don't think we're going to see it in a racing game for a while, though, because Elon Musk, because having it in a racing game is ultimately like a form of promotion, so I don't think he wants to do that. which sucks because I sure would love to take the new Tesla Roadster across Mexico. That'd be sick. Yeah, we've played Cards Against Humanity. It's interesting. What's up, Thomas? I have no idea, Stimmy. I have no idea. Yeah, so I'm going to be streaming FH5 on Twitch a lot. So like I said, my plan is to basically, I'll be doing like open lobbies, and I'll be doing all kinds of different things. So, yeah. Someone's mowing the yard outside, I think. That's what I'm hearing. So yeah, I'll be streaming it a lot. Whether I'm recording like a solo video or whether there's a video I can get you guys involved with. Yeah, I'll be recording some group videos with the boys, kind of like the good old days in FH3 and 4. So we'll be doing some group recordings as well. I have some ideas. Those might not be streamed, but we'll see. What's up, Fun? It's an intro to each Huracan. I don't know. I don't think they would do that because the Huracan's been around for a while. Whereas like the Project 1 is still like a relatively new thing. So that's another reason why I still think the Project 1 would be a good cover car, is because it's still like a relatively new car in the grand scheme of things. Dude, having an SC300 in Horizon 5 would be sick. I agree. Speed in chat? Probably not. Antics, I haven't seen anything that they have officially. They haven't directly said, like, confirmed or denied anything, I don't think. I could have missed something. I mean, if there was like a tweet or something I missed, definitely send that to me. But as far as I know, they haven't really. They just said that they're going to reveal it at some point, which hopefully should be today, because I've heard things saying that they were supposed to, like, it was planned to be revealed either late July or sometime in August. We're now at the end of August and still don't have a cover car, so, or like an actual cover in general. And they kind of need to get that made so they can push the, physical copies out to like GameStop and stuff. Because, the game does come out in a couple of months, so kind of got to get on that. So I couldn't see them not revealing it today at Gamescom. I think the way it's going to play out is we're going to see the cover car revealed at Gamescom. And then after Gamescom, they're going to do this Let's Go stream, which is where we will see more gameplay of like the cover car, which could be whatever, I guess. But we'll see the gameplay. Also a bunch of new cars or whatever. So I'm excited for that. They're supposed to be revealing a ton of new cars today in their Let's Go stream. So make sure you stick around. Lamborghini or Ferrari? I don't think they would do Ferrari, personally. As much as I would love to see like the new GTB or just whatever, I just don't think. I don't know. I'm not sure how their relationship is with Ferrari, but I just know that like with this game, they're really trying to push out the fact that they have a lot more customization than they did before. And if you guys don't know, Ferrari doesn't really like customization being done on their cars, so yeah, I couldn't see that happening personally. So they're revealing it in August. Yeah, so I mean, we're pretty much at the end of August now, so I couldn't imagine them not showing it today. Why does your YouTube look different? What you mean? Stimmy, you can pre-order, I believe, if you're on Xbox. If you go to the store and just look up Forza Horizon 5, you should be able to find it and pre-order it. Otherwise, if you're on PC, you have to do it through the Microsoft Store app. You would pre-order it through there. Missing class. Well, don't get in trouble, all right? Here, actually, it's definitely official. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, they already revealed that. I think the thing looks like a real life Rocket League car. What's your Twitch name? My Twitch should be linked in the description. But if you're just looking it up, it's just stonix YT. The easiest way to find it is it's in the description of the stream, I think. Nah, I think because like the new Z, cool car, like I really hope it's in the game at least, but I don't think it's gonna be the cover car personally. Same with the Yaris. It's not like it's a cool car, but it's just I don't think it's cover car worthy. See, I don't think it's gonna be the new Aventador though, because the new Aventador really doesn't look that different. Like that's like a almost 10-year-old design. So I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be the new Aventador personally. Yeah, antics. I was just talking about that. Which kind of sucks because I like ultimately I would love to take the new Roadster and a couple of the different models, just drive it around, you know. But he doesn't like that kind of promotion, so fair enough. Elon is a strange man, to say the least. Can we look at a different game? Oh, Forza. Thank you. Thank you. Getting tired of looking whatever I was looking at. This is the trailer. We've all seen this. I don't have a... Plus, I don't want to get copyrighted, so I'm going to have it on mute anyway. Yes, Forza. We at least get to look at Forza now. Dude, seeing this at E3 was, like, it was nuts. This game is genuinely crazy good looking. What would I pick? See, that's a tough one because I really like both. I really like both, but ultimately I think I would probably go with the Z. Just because, like, manual from factory. From what I'm seeing, a lot of the kits that are being worked on for it are pretty cool. I think it's just a generally good looking car, and I also like the 300ZX anyway. So, like, having that rear end look like a ZX, like, I'm in, you know? Nah, it's not gonna be the 400Z. I don't see. Here's the thing: is like I personally think it's going to be the Project One. I have reason to believe it will be the Project One, but it also kind of just, in a sense, I could understand how that doesn't make sense because like people are suspecting that it was supposed to be a new car that wasn't revealed yet, and that's why they couldn't reveal the cover car. I don't necessarily think that's what it is, but I don't know. I mean, really, none of us do. But, like, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But ultimately, I think, you know, it could have been, like, maybe they just didn't have, like, the cover art fully done. Or maybe they, like, were trying to get a different car on the cover. And it didn't work out. So they had to, like, last second change it to something else. And they were limited on what they could do. You know, I don't know. I don't really know. What are you talking about, sir?
Since we were together in person in Germany. And in fact, it's been 6 years since we hosted our first ever fan fest with...
Okay, I don't know what he's talking about, but I'm not really interested at the moment, I'm gonna be honest. What up, Roby? From Navarra, that would be cool. I don't think that's gonna be the cover car though. Although it would be sick to see that in the game. See, a lot of the cars you guys are talking about, like I would love to see those cars in the game, but I just don't think they're like cover car worthy. You know what I mean? Any new mods planned for the Civic? Planned, yes, but my wallet has to, you know, get filled a little bit more first. My bank account has to agree with me to some extent. Might be the Z or the Supra? Nah. Because I think if it would have been the Supra, I think they would have revealed it in the last Let's Go stream, along with the fact that they revealed the Supra. You know what I mean? So I think they would have revealed the cover at the same time they revealed that the Supra's in the game. So I don't think it's going to be the Supra. And the new Z, like I said, it's cool, and I really, really want it in the game, but I don't think it's going to be in the cover car. 3 starter cars? Well, as far as I know, there's always been 3, hasn't there? If you're talking about like the like when you load up the game for the first time and you get to choose between 3 cars, right? I think it's Almost always been like that. 2, I think. New Z06. I personally don't think so. Bro, I'm like, my body really wants me to sneeze right now. Stay hydrated. What do you think it'll be this time? Oh, I don't even know. I don't have any idea. Because they're always kind of random. They're always like you can't predict them. Because, like, think about it. With 4, we had a muscle car, a Focus RS, and an Audi. Random. Be cool to upgrade your motor in the middle. That'd be interesting. I don't know how that would work, though. Like, actually. Sorry, I keep sneezing here. I have an ugly sneeze, so I don't think you guys want to hear that. Cover car will definitely be a Corolla. I mean, shoot. We don't know. This is oh. Imagine. More JDMs this time? That'd be cool. Oh, God.
Chilling in the chair, I'll be sipping it. Watch a bunch of shows, I'm getting it. Yeah, I understand it's
What up, Joker?
gotta be chilling all alone, but I'm getting sick. People who be running
Be the new Ferrari. Yeah, I don't know. I just think the new Ferrari. I think with this game, they're really trying to emphasize on the customization. You know, with like just all the new wheels, all the new body kits, all the, you know, whatever. I'm just saying, Ferrari doesn't like that. So, I don't know. I don't think that'll happen. Chaser as a cover car? Maybe not for this game. I don't think that would make sense for this game. It'd be interesting to see as a cover car in the future, though, for sure. Hopefully it's in the game as well. That'd be cool. Yeah, no, they have a very close connection with Ford and with the whole Ford Bronco this year. I think they obviously focused on it a lot. So I was saying earlier, I don't know if I still have the picture up. I do not. Hold up. I think this is going to be in the cover at least. This like Baja Bronco. This thing. I think this is going to be in the cover for sure. Imagine it's like this and the AMG Project 1. I genuinely think that's what it's going to be. Personally. That'd be cool. Nice, Travis. That sounds like fun. I've sat in the new Supra once. And honestly, I still want one. Maybe one day. Yeah, it could be something that hasn't been shown yet. That's a possibility. But I don't know. It would kind of make sense with how many new cars are revealed. Because you have like, you have the, I guess the new Aventador, which was revealed, but it's the same design, so it doesn't really count. You have the new Countach that was just revealed. You have the new Ferrari that was just revealed. You have a few new Ferraris to choose from. But again, I don't know. I don't think Ferrari's in the picture. I think the new Countach is a bit too similar to the Centenario with FH3s. So, although overall I would love to see the new Countach in the game, anyways. But I don't think it's in terms of the cover car. I don't think like all these cars that you guys are suggesting, I would absolutely love to see in the game, but I don't think they're going to be the cover car. You know what I mean? Monster Max, imagine. That would be interesting. The timer for, so that I know it's kind of cut off at the bottom there, but the timer is that's when this stream starts. Kind of technically, like the Xbox section of this stream, which I guess I could kind of unmute now here in a second, but so this what we're watching here is Gamescom. This is kind of like E3 after E3. So this is where they're gonna like reveal a bunch of new info about new games and things like that. And Forza will be taking part in this. Flight Simulator is also a fun game. It's I like it. I tried landing next to my house back home in Flight Simulator. Looked nothing like my house. But it is what it is. I would almost be scared if it did.
And welcome to our Gamescom 2021 Xbox stream.
We've
Yes,
got
sir.
so many great game updates to share with you today. We're talking Age of Empires 4, Psychonauts 2, and my personal favorite, Microsoft Flight Simulator.
What about Forza
Later
Horizon
on,
5?
we'll take an extended look at Forza Horizon 5. There's so much going into this, and Playground Games' vision of Mexico is muy, muy bonito.
And we'll be getting our first look at the cover car for the game, Paris. I got $5 on it being one of those electric scooters that you see piled up on the sidewalk.
Will Kate win $5? I guess we're about to find out.
Yes, indeed. Our Xbox Plays team will also chat with devs and deep dive into current
Forza
and
Horizon
upcoming games
4?
all week
Why is that
on
on the list?
twitch.tv/Xbox.
Let's get started with Techland and their upcoming zombie parkour sequel, Dying Light.
I don't know if you guys caught that, but he said that we are going to be seeing the cover car for Forza Horizon 5, so it's confirmed we are seeing it today. That's good. Glad to know we're not here for nothing. So yes, we will be seeing the cover car for Forza Horizon 5 today for sure, within the next probably 40 minutes or so. I'm excited. And like I said, immediately after this stream, we will be going directly over to this. Okay, well, I guess they're also streaming it here, which is interesting.
The game we have.
Yeah, so it'll be. I guess I could just stay here now. I guess makes it easier for me. Although I'm not gonna lie, this stream kind of looks worse. Hold on. Uno momento. This one might be the move for now. Yeah, this is a lot clearer at the moment. But yeah, so we'll be seeing the cover car 100%. That's exciting. Citroen C1. That'd be interesting. What's up, Harmed? I guess we'll watch this for now. Got nothing better to do. PLC
Instead of
50.
fighting together, people stood against each other.
You guys haven't taken part of the poll that's at the top of the chat. Click on it and answer what you personally think the cover car will be out of those three options.
Now the city is falling.
Each time we strike down an enemy, we absorb their strength.
But I can't let that happen. At least, not yet.
Dexter, I think it's gonna be both.
I need the secrets the city holds.
I think it's gonna be both personally. I think it's gonna be kind of like FH3 where it kind of had like, or I guess 4 too, because you have with 4 you have the Senna and the Land Rover. I think it's gonna be something similar to 3 and 4. We're gonna get like the Project 1 doing like a cool drift or something, and then we're gonna see like the Bronco maybe in midair. That'd be cool. Although I think it's gonna be the Baja version of the Bronco. That'd be infinitely cooler. Yeah, I know it did. I know the Let's Go stream started, but their stream is a lot more pixelated than this one, so I'm watching this one for now, and then we'll switch over later.
How about this series?
Where's Zilla? Currently at my door. She is sticking her arm like under my door, and she's like pushing my door against the frame because she really wants it. But unfortunately, I cannot allow that at the moment because she will be a distraction. I don't think it'll be the last thing shown.
We'll see about
I
that.
definitely don't expect it to be the first thing shown, obviously, but
wasn't it, Tim?
I don't think it'll be the last
Did you
thing.
notice those bandits in medieval-like armor?
Although maybe it
passing by
could.
Skyscrapers,
That would actually
tanks,
make
and
sense.
large billboards. That's what we call a modern Dark Ages.
And it's a very unique design, one very important for the plot of Dying Light 2. But there's another thing that stood out to me, all those parkour moves that you
Starting to get
and your
kinda
team
warm here in
has
the city
put
now, I'm
so
not gonna
much
lie.
effort into.
Well, all you need is a few thousand of animations, cooperation with professional tracers, mock-up sessions, and invaluable help from David Bell, whose face and moves player will see in the game, by the way.
No, yes, right. And we've got twice the number of parkour moves compared to the first game, and we are showing some of them in this trailer.
Jaguar
The
Project
vault
7?
kicks being the
Maybe.
most important to me personally.
You've been the best thing for
Brings
last?
a whole
That could be
new
2. I
fighting
think they would
style
show it
into the
last though
game.
because I think
The
they
player
mentioned that
can
they were gonna
stagger an
show
enemy and use them to perform further
Let's
attacks,
Go
for
thing
example, by
on this
rebounding
stream,
from their bodies,
which I
jumping
kinda
of
hope.
them onto other foes, and so on.
I think we
So it would
captured
make
the
sense that
movement really well
FH5 is last
made
and
it
then they
simple for
transition
the
that
players
into
to
the
perform.
Let's Go stream.
I can't wait for them to try it out
That makes
and
sense.
tell for
We'll see.
themselves how much they love it.
It's definitely going to be useful. The city's buildings are higher than anything we have
It
done
could either
before,
be in
improving
20
its
minutes or
verticality. Players will need
towards
to
the end.
find
We'll
a
see.
way to reach those
We'll have to
tall
wait and see, I guess.
skyscrapers and other
we
challenging
can
spots
do.
too.
Then it's good we scattered some helpers around, like a paraglider, which can support players in
Ito.
both parkouring and combat.
Exactly, and it's gonna do great, especially in fights against humans, which are more frequent and important than in Dying Light 1. It's been over 20 years since the events from the first game, so people adjusted. They are
Cool.
much bolder now, at least during the day.
And they are more vicious too.
And I think that's a great summary of this discussion. Pre-order Dying Light 2 and explore its vast,
What's up, AJ?
complex world on December 7th. Thanks, David.
Thank you.
I've never played Dying Light.
For the first time in the storied history of the franchise, Microsoft Flight Simulator launched on a home console with the release
That's
on
history.
Xbox Series X
I don't think
and
so.
S last month. Reviewers and gamers alike were blown away by how well the stunning visuals and the depth
What's
of
up,
the
Everest?
simulation translated to the console, and that's why I'm extremely honored
That
to
box is
welcome the
coming.
head of
What are you talking
Microsoft
about?
Flight Simulator, York Newman,
What are you
to the
talking
stream.
about?
York, thank you for being here. The last time we met was at the Xbox Game Showcase, and it was getting ready to come out on consoles. How did that go?
It went great. As you said, the
can't touch
reaction
it,
to
have
the
a big one
Xbox
like that
console
one.
launch was
I agree.
was really just amazing.
At least an
both
option.
from Xbox gamers and from the press. They've been so gracious with their feedback.
do not have a
I
girlfriend.
don't know if you know, but
Very
Flight
single.
Simulator is one of the highest rated games on Xbox this year, which I think is just great validation that the translation of the simulation to the console has really worked well. Our usage numbers are through
Forza.
the roof. We are absolutely shattering franchise records, and I can tell you there have never been more people playing
for sure,
Flight
Cameron.
Simulator than right now. So
good.
it's an awesome time.
That is awesome. Congratulations on the launch, really.
Yeah, Kenan, I think it's gonna be the AMG Project 1 and the
Alright.
Baja version of the Bronco.
wanna
I
go
think
to
it's gonna
the
be both
danger
of
zone.
those.
So what's going on with Top Gun?
There's so much going on.
Because Horizon
Paris.
3,
So
4,
you and I talked
both
about
of those
Top
had
Gun
2
Maverick
cars.
earlier. The fans are super excited.
I think
They saw
5's going to be the
FA18.
same.
They can't wait to start flying. And as you know, it comes out later this year as free DLC alongside the movie. But as the movie is still under wraps, so are we, so I can still not tell you that much about it. But there's so much else going on, even Maverick. So
I was trying to see if that popping is
big releases that we've been doing for a long time. And next month, on September 7th, we are launching
Sorry if it was a bit quiet.
World Update 6. And this world update, I mean, at the beginning of the show, if you remember, there was a little red plane flying into Cologne. Well, we did that because World Update 6 updates that region, the region of Gamescom. So Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And what that means to us is we have new aerial and satellite images. We have a new elevation map that helps us with the mountains. So the Alps actually look awesome now. We have new 3D cities like Frankfurt and Wuppertal in Germany. We have Basel in Switzerland. We have Vienna and Graz in Austria, and those cities look just amazing. Cool. They have like 7 centimeters resolution, and it's awesome.
I've just realized this is my first stream from the Ultramotive House.
So
That's
we
crazy.
picked 100 of the most scenic places, the most famous landmarks, and we call those POIs, and we sort of spread them throughout the simulation.
Like Fortnite?
And we also added airports. We did Lübeck and Stuttgart in Germany, and Klagenfurt in Austria, and St. Gallen in Switzerland. And what it ties it all together is missions. We're having new discovery flights, we have new landing challenges, and we have new sort of tours of the country. So they fly you around all the awesome looking places and really celebrate the beauty of this region of Earth. And this is a celebration of DACH, of Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. I'm so happy to be able to announce the date here at Gamescom.
You know, that is really incredible, all the different regions and everything that you're going to have in the game, and the way that you're going to be able to actually highlight those.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, but you know, for us, it's actually not just the region and the visuals. We are.
Stimmy, I think it's going to be
when you
the
study aviation, when you love aviation like we do. You actually realize that a lot of regions of Earth have a very special relationship with flying, with aviation. Sometimes it's, you know, the first experiments with aircraft, or a famous pilot, or a feat of aviation, or like a local manufacturer. So we thought to ourselves, why do we not use these world updates to celebrate the planes? So we are announcing a new series. We call them Local Legends. And think about that as planes that are locally well known, like in that region, but outside in the world not so much.
The volcano.
But
that would be fun.
Use the world updates to highlight this, to bring these awesome machines to a worldwide audience. So for World Update 6, we picked a German plane from the 1930s. It's called Junkers
The thing is,
U-52.
Michelle, is that
in Germany, it's lovingly
Playground
named,
Games in Turn 10
U, so
have really good like relationships with like the manufacturers. So technically, if they wanted to, they probably could get like a Countach early before it's even revealed. And they could like basically model it and everything, get it ready to be put in the game. If they really wanted to, I'm sure they could, because they have a really good relationship with Lamborghini. So I mean, they could. It's possible, but I don't think that's going to be the cover car personally.
The last surviving examples of the Junkers. So they let us scan and take photographs, and then we were lucky that to find a pilot that actually flew one of those planes while it was still flying in the real world, and he lets us know, like, is the cockpit right and the sounds right, does it feel right in the air? So we're having a blast working with these experts to really to celebrate this plane, to bring them back to life.
I mean,
so it's almost like you're creating like a digital museum for aviation inside Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically that. It's a museum with flyable planes. So we're working with 40 museums around the world. And it's honestly one of the funnest parts of the job. You end up working with these curators of planes. These are their babies. And they sort of see the tooth of time in the real world, sort of nagging on their remaining planes. And they're so happy when we come in with our scanning equipment. And we're basically capturing their planes. And they know that we can digitally preserve them in perpetuity, and we're actually giving those scans back to the museum so they can do something with it. And it's a great collaboration. And we're actually not just looking back in the history of aviation, we're also looking towards the future. So I have another announcement. We are working with a fascinating German company called Volocopter.
No, I know.
And they're making
I'm not in control of this stream here. We kind of just have to
air taxi for urban traffic. So they have a vision of the future, how these drone-type machines basically connect people in large cities. We're working directly with the engineering team to make sure that we are capturing their plane and their aircraft perfectly in the flight simulator, and that's coming out in November.
I mean, you weren't kidding when you're saying that there's a lot going on inside of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Is there anything else you want to share?
Yeah, there's one more thing.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to announce that we've partnered with RARA. That's the Reno Air Racing Association. And every year they put on something called the Steel National Championship Air Race. And we're bringing this to Flight Simulator. So this is the fastest motorsport. This is right down your alley. It's the fastest motorsport on Earth. And I actually brought you a little trailer to look at.
So race, speed, we go into the danger zone, baby. Let's go ahead and show that.
I can tell this dude loves Forza. Nah, the Supra is going to be in the game, but it's not going to be in the cover car. The STO would be cool, but... Things are happening. He put on the glasses. Play it day one.
You know I like going fast, and you know I love being in the danger zone. When is this coming out?
Man, these planes, they fly 500 miles, faster than 500 miles an hour, 50 to 250 feet above the ground. So you are definitely going to be in the danger zone. I mean, without going into too much detail, this Reno Air Race is actually the largest expansion we have since we launched on Flight Simulator.
Yeah, if they added the
it's
STO,
not just because we
sick.
Scanned all the famous race planes of the world. There's lots
really
of them.
Cool.
This is also the first time when you can basically race against your friends and pilots across the planet. And so a competitive multiplayer is coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator.
It's turn 10 in Playground Games.
That
They
will
can get the
definitely
car
test your
early.
pilot skills. And you ask, when is it coming out? This is coming out this fall, so it's right around the corner.
Oh, that is fantastic. And you know I have the need for speed, so I can't wait to get my hands on this and participate in some of these air races.
Awesome, man. We got you covered.
All right, thank you. If going fast on the ground is more your speed, keep an eye out for an extended look at Forza Horizon 5 later on in the stream. We'll also talk with Wasteland 3's game director about the game's next big DLC. But first,
it's me.
If you're an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, we have some great news for you.
Cool. I just want to see Forza. Not trying to get copyrighted. I will play my own music for now, thank you. I'm curious to see what else we're going to see today, though, because obviously we're going to see the cover car. That's already like 100% confirmed. But I'm curious what else we're going to see, because we're going to see a bunch of new cars revealed. We're going to see, like, I don't know, man. We're going to see a bunch of new gameplay. I'm excited. What's up, AJ? How you doing, homie? Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, Car Clips. I 100% agree. I think that, like, the thing is I understand why they don't, but I think at least, like, if it were more of a production car and more of, like, a consumer car, I think it'd be cool to see the wing as, like, an option, as, like, a OEM plus kind of thing. Oh, yeah, I'm sure they're going to show more of the Event Lab stuff, too, because that's kind of like a, there's a big casual appeal to that, to people who don't normally play Forza. So, theoretically, you know, that would be cool. I think they're going to show quite a bit of that. Fries are done in 1 minute. I mean, I don't actually think I still have it. I was gonna say, I used to have a countdown timer. I could have put it up for a minute, but I'll probably forget within the next 45 seconds now anyway.
Added even more games to Game Pass. But let's talk about what's coming up. We're talking Age of Empires 4 with the game's creative director, and we're going to see what's next for Sea of Thieves. But now we've got a new roguelike retro shooter that, in grand retro fashion, sends you plundering through shifting dungeons to defeat a mysterious eldritch terror. Let's dive into the pit.
Okay. No, they haven't said anything about when. We're kind of just along for the ride. Whenever they show it, they show it. That's kind of the only thing we can do here, unfortunately. YouTube can't keep up with what's happening on screen. It's very pixelated. Yeah, Dylan, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm looking at. It looks interesting. So. I'm not really interested in the first one. What up, Katie?
Well, I am here with creative director of World's Edge, Adam Eisgreen. And Adam, I'm so excited to talk H4, of course, because you've brought something a little different and very special today.
Yeah, I have. So, so far we've been showing everyone kind of what Age looks like from in the game, when you're playing it. You got to see a lot of footage of that. And we've also shown a little bit of our campaigns, right, through when we unveiled the 100 Years War and showed Joan of Arc. But we have yet another way in Age of Empires 4 that we're kind of bringing history to life that we haven't talked about yet.
See, you do this to me. You put me in suspense. I want to know more, so let's go with it. Let's hear more.
Okay, wait, you get one moment of suspense. Okay, that's enough. So what we brought today is we have these wonderful little videos that we've created that are interspersed amongst the campaign, and they're about 3 to 5 minutes each. And we have over an hour of them total, and they're called Hands-on Histories. And what they are is a great way to deep dive on certain fun subjects from the cultures we're representing and just from medieval history.
Excellent. Well, I
there's
hear
definitely
you've
a
actually brought one of
fan
those segments
base
that
for
you're
all
going to
these
share here
games
for the very first time.
Yes.
We unfortunately just have to
deal
deal
with it. We are going to show you the segment on one of the most popular units from Age of Empires franchise and
Believe
a fan
it or not,
favorite,
there is a lot of
trebuchet.
people that play these
Excellent.
games.
Well, this I gotta see. Let's take a look.
A counterweight trebuchet was the king of all siege engines. A catapult capable of smashing down castle walls from great distances.
When rock hits rock.
At Warwick Castle in England,
the Queen.
They've built a replica, one of the largest in the world.
Oh.
Originating in 7th century China, by the 13th century, trebuchets had evolved into
I feel like I'm in school.
Powerful weapons.
I feel like I'm watching a documentary on something
design,
in school.
But so effective. It has several key features. A pivoted arm with a weight at one end.
Dude, I'm in school. I'm in class right now.
To hold the projectile
I'm watching a video on something in school, bro. I'm in history class.
Weight is raised
what is happening?
Using tread wheels.
So this is one of the wheels, one of 2 that's attached to an axle, which would lift the counterweight.
Keep in mind, we're watching stuff about video games right now.
Based on muscle power alone. What's essential about launching a projectile as far as possible is making sure that this end of the arm is moving as fast as possible. So once that weight drops, it really sends this point of the arm moving at its highest velocity.
This was done by positioning the pivot close to the counterweight and by launching the projectile from a sling. When released, the sling whips round, vastly increasing
I understand
the
the mechanics of a catapult. Thank you.
Trebuchets were carefully aimed, like modern guns.
In order to weaken the castle walls or even breach them, you had to make sure that the projectiles hit the same spot every single time.
For each projectile to follow the same trajectory, they all had to be the same weight and shape.
Can you tell I'm falling asleep?
This, masons used a gauge.
Now I'm going to load this projectile into the sling. This one must weigh about 25 kilograms, but some projectiles can get up to 150 kilograms.
I
That's the
just
weight of 2
don't
men.
know why we're watching this. Personally, like I
Trebuchets were
why?
also used to throw burning tar, beehives, even dead bodies.
Okay.
Anything to cause
if you're gonna show
maximum
me something
distress to
about
the
a new
enemy.
video game, show me something about the new video game, not something about a catapult. Like I understand same
that?
era and like Age of Empire and
It was
that
the
kind of thing,
counterweight
but
trebuchet's lethal combination of power and
I just don't know why this is included.
that
personally.
made it the ultimate medieval siege weapon.
Okay, you know what this is equivalent to? This is like if they showed the cover car of Forza Horizon 5, right? And they take us through like a 5-minute explanation of how they designed the Project One. Like, okay, show me stuff on the game, not how they designed the car. I'll watch that another time. I want to see the game. Sure, man.
There's a phrase I'm really fond of, which is history is only as interesting as the people who taught it to you. And you could say that about any subject, really, right? But I think the great thing is when you have someone that's so enthusiastic and passionate about history, it really comes across. And we wanted to be that kind of teacher for history.
That's cool, though. I just
there's a phrase
don't understand
called
why you're
humanized
not
history
showing
they
the
use
game,
to kind
at
of
least.
describe what we tried to do, which
Kinda
is we
just
tried to like connect
doesn't
past
make
and
sense,
present. And you can see that kind of in our briefings as well, where we've got like real stuff with like CG kind of overlaid to show
Katie,
you the
you didn't miss
history.
much.
And so for these,
the only thing you
we
probably
really
missed
wanted
is
to
that
do
they
that same
100%
thing. So
confirmed that we're seeing the cover car
ourselves
today.
and Relic partnered with this amazing group in the UK
That's
called
about it.
Lion TV, and they've done production on an amazing amount of shows and documentaries.
Magic
for
School
the
Bus
BBC
Beyond
and
next.
won every award
Bill
you
Nye
can
the
imagine
Science
for
Guy.
media. And they travel to all of these locations in all these different countries
Bill
to
Nye
meet
the
with
Science
these subject
Guy.
matter experts and get all of this
Bill
great
Nye
footage
the
on
Science
how things really worked
Imagine I
and
just
how
started
things were
streaming
made.
that.
And
Just us
it's
watching
been
Bill Nye.
delightful to kind of go through that process and get all these and finally start showing them to everyone.
No, they haven't
I love
talked
it.
about.
Now,
they haven't
also,
shown the
of
cover
course,
car yet.
You've got a bunch,
So,
as you
you're here
mentioned,
in
of
time.
these
You're
hands-on
good.
history
Mm-hmm.
segments.
haven't
Anything
missed
else that
anything
you
yet.
can tell us fans about what we can expect looking forward to? Any favorites you got coming up?
Oh, well, favorites. Oh, man. Well,
If you're new around
I
here,
think my
while we're
personal
waiting,
favorite is one called Medieval
please subscribe.
Surgery. And I'm going to let your imagination go with what we might show.
We're getting pretty
and
close
what
to
we might talk
26K,
about in
so
that one.
Yeah.
I'd
But the
appreciate
thing
it.
I love about them is that they go all over the place. So, we've got ones on warfare and castle building and like how they kept flaming arrows from not going out when she shot them. And but we've also got all of these ones on, like illuminated history and falconing and, like horse taming, armor creation. And there's even one on Mongolian instrumentation, which is really cool because those instruments, we actually use them in the soundtrack for the Mongols when you're playing.
I mean, this
as them
sounds
in the
interesting.
campaign-
Don't get me
in the
wrong,
game.
but it's like
In the game. I mean, I just love the
Show me
behemoth
the
amount
game,
of
at
history
least.
that you guys. Age of Empires always known for bringing history alive in a completely different way, and I also love to mention this to people that you
Honestly,
and the team
Katie,
do
I'm gonna
so
100%
much
forget.
research, and it's so great to see
wouldn't
this
rely
approach
on me
being
for
used
that.
in a hands-on history kind of segment. But I mean, what was that approach like to sort of sell going forward, especially since it's such a unique in-game experience?
Well, the cool thing was it
Nah,
was there from
I
day
haven't-
one. It was one of the
Ben,
things
I
was
haven't seen
really
anything
wanted
official
to do is try to tell these
that
stories
said that
in a
it's
different
not
way.
going to be
And-
the
But
Project
I'll tell
One.
you, like full disclosure, it's been insanely.
I think they've just said that like they're gonna reveal it soon, but I don't think they've confirmed or denied anything. But I personally have reason to believe that it's gonna be the Project One.
Finding that middle ground has been really challenging, and every time we've shown the campaigns or we've shown these hands-on histories, I've been like, oh God, it's gonna work? Like, people gonna like this? And the great thing is so far, everyone that's really experienced the entire thing put together have just been like, wow, this is great, and it's so different and kind of cool and refreshing. So, so far so good, right? But yeah, it's been a journey, to get all this done and put the whole game together.
Well,
Dude,
I love that you
imagine they
mentioned
did an
Journey because we are
F1
coming
expansion and
towards the
FH5
end of
and
this
like actually
development
had
journey for
F1
Age
cars.
4. Talk to me about where
That would be
people
cool.
can find and learn more about Age of Empires 4. I know they're all chomping at the bit.
Oh, well, October 28th, we are launching the game. You can go to ageofempires.com to learn more about the title. And if you're really, really excited, right now, you can go onto the Microsoft Store or Steam, pre-order the game right now. And of course, we will be there day one, Xbox Game Pass on
tempt
PC
me.
as well. So anyone that's on that can just grab the game and start playing.
Dylan, if they add that, we got to do like
Yes,
a pretty
I
long
believe you
race.
are
We got to make a
part of
course.
something very special.
Yes, so Gamescom opening night live.
Yes.
11 a.m. Pacific time. There might be something Age of Empires related in there, so if you're a fan, you probably should tune in.
Oh, a bit of a tease from Mr. Ice Green.
Maybe.
And I like it very much.
I don't like how they did something with the FD cars. It would be so sick to see them do something with F1 cars.
Fantastic, so I cannot wait. October 28th.
Although I genuinely think it would be sick if they did something with like those GT race cars again, kind of like what they had in FH3, with like the GT like Lamborghini, the R35, things like that. I really want to see something like that in the game again, personally.
Cloud.
That's right, Kate. Xbox Cloud Gaming is already available on Windows PCs, mobile phones, and tablets. And now, it's coming to Xbox consoles.
Whatever it is.
The future with cloud gaming sounds bright. No waiting to install, no running out of hard drive space, no waiting to patch, and no buying a new console just to play with your friends. See how the vision of cloud gaming will bring people together without barriers.
Nah, I kind of agree, Braden, but...
So when I think about cloud and when I think about gaming, those two things together to me really show you the future, where you can pick up something and you could play it anywhere and you could do it quickly.
Cloud gaming is phenomenal. This is pretty great. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
This actually looks so good.
Games are large and you want to keep the ones that you know you love on your hard drive. Xbox
just
Cloud
realized
Gaming is about being able to discover the new ones right away.
Wait.
It's super exciting that for our Game Pass Ultimate members, they will get to experience Xbox Cloud Gaming on whatever console they have.
Cloud gaming is really about looking at how people play
hold on.
differently.
I'm letting it play out real quick. Give me a second.
In particular, sometimes I just have 20 minutes.
It should be as easy as finding the game that you look for on your console and just jumping right in.
We're targeting 1080p at 60 frames per second.
What's crazy about this is like the latency. This is the kind of stuff you need with cloud gaming.
Oh, 60 frames? That's actually very smooth.
I'm waiting if they show them again.
The process itself,
because I think I know one of the guys that was just in
like
this.
You're playing on console, right? You go, you find the game you want, you press play.
It's so easy nowadays. You can pick up any device and pretty much play any Xbox game on Game Pass.
Come on, show them.
If my friends have titles that I don't have yet, I can just
yes!
wait for them to send me an
I know
invite.
who that is.
It makes
I'm friends with that guy.
So much more accessible.
That's so weird.
I really love the flexibility. That's awesome.
That is so
Everything
weird.
that Xbox is doing right now is just getting rid of
Zach
the
is
limits of having to be on a specific.
Zach is the founder of Gamers Outreach. If you don't know what Gamers Outreach is, it's a really cool company. They basically help get game carts in hospitals for kids who are stuck in the hospitals, you know, maybe with, cancer or just some sort of illness that the kids have that they're stuck in the hospital. Gamers Outreach's goal is to basically get gaming consoles to those kids who are stuck in the hospitals. And he's the owner, dude. He's the founder. He is Mr. Gamers Outreach. He's a really cool dude. I went on a really fun cruise with him a few weeks ago. Crazy fun. And a really cool dude. Yeah, Justin met him too. Justin's pretty good friends with him too.
August 9th saw the release of the free optimized update for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice on the Xbox Series S and X. With beautiful and rich visuals, thanks to the addition of ray tracing and improved materials alongside performance updates, this is the perfect opportunity to relive Senua's journey or experience it for the first time. And if you haven't played this, do yourself a favor, grab a pair of headphones and immerse yourself into this world.
Agreed. Speaking of unique experiences on Game Pass, the Xbox Plays team will be taking a look at some ID at Xbox titles over the next few days, including 12 Minutes and The Big Con.
They're also talking with developers from Halo, the Master Chief Collection, Forza Horizon 5, and Destiny 2. So join the live Q&A to get your burning questions answered. You can catch all of those streams on twitch.tv/Xbox.
Speaking of Forza Horizon 5, don't forget our friends at Playground Games will give us an extended look at their monument to motoring in Mexico later on.
Cool.
That includes never-before-seen areas of the game map, plus cars that have never been in the Forza franchise before. I've loved everything I've seen of Forza Horizon 5 so far, and I can't wait. Now, Kate, there's more games to check out, right?
Well, right you are, Paris. Let's talk Wasteland 3.
Let's go.
Their newest DLC introduces us to a new cult. The Cult of the Holy Detonation.
holy detonation is life. Deep within Cheyenne Mountain, we've changed. Devolved into the mutations you see before you.
Okay, I have pinged the Discord servers. I was waiting to do that until they started talking about FH5 because I wanted to wait until we actually got a little bit closer to talking about FH5. Well, now that we're here.
May the light of the holy detonation purify you. Join us, Rangers.
Hey.
D.
E's nuts. Sorry. I'm a child. Thank you, Plain Bagels, for the 10. I appreciate you, homie.
With new patches, bug fixes, and added features, like a fine wine, Wasteland 3 just gets better with
I
age.
just
to
now
really
pinged the
savor
Discord.
the game's
I wanted to wait until they started talking about
with
Forza a little
game
bit more.
director David Rogers. David,
I wanted to wait
thank
till
you
we were a
for
bit
joining
closer.
us.
I'm super stoked to be here. Thanks.
So in the trailer, we saw that the DLC is coming out on October 5th, but we know, In Exile, Wasteland 3, you guys have been working on this for a very long time. So can you kind of talk about that journey?
Yeah, our dev team has been working nonstop full tilt, trying to make Wasteland 3 the best version of itself it could be. Over the past year since it's released, we've added features, we've balanced, we've listened to the community, we've fixed bugs, added stability, and I really think that the version that we have now is the absolute best version of the game, and if you've never played it before, now's an awesome time to jump in.
Well, congratulations on everything that you've been doing with Wasteland 3. Now, this DLC is called The Cult of the Holy Detonation. Now, talk about that a little bit. Tell me what's going to go into this DLC. What should we be excited about?
Holy Detonation.
Right, so you've heard of Cheyenne Mountain, right?
Yes,
for those who haven't, Cheyenne Mountain is this top secret military complex buried deep in the heart of Cheyenne Mountain in the middle of Colorado. It's designed to outlast a nuclear winter. And so when you hit level 16, an old friend calls you and says, hey, I need your help securing the secret military base and all the secrets within. And as soon as you get there, you find two warring cults battling over supremacy, trying to take control of the Holy Detonation, which is this pre-war science experiment that they worship as a god. And these cultists are insane, they're mutated, they've gone totally mad, and all they want to do is share the holy radiation.
We always kept saying we got to hit each other up sometime, and we just
How generous.
My excuse is that I get busy.
Sounds a lot cooler than some of the cults I may have joined.
I get super busy with work, so that's my excuse.
This is typical Wasteland fashion. We're really going to be able to get in there and mix it up, right?
Right. So you and your ranger team insert yourself
right
smack dab in the middle of their holy war, which, what could go wrong? And this is a Wasteland game, so you decide everything. Choice and consequence is our bread and butter. And so you decide who lives, who dies, who gets screwed over, who takes charge. You're deciding the fate of the cults, the Holy Detonation, Cheyenne Mountain, and ultimately all of Colorado. This is really your game to craft and mold.
That's awesome. So the last expansion was the Battle of Steeltown, right?
Gotta believe it. That'd be
giant
cool.
robots and things like that. So, what are you going to do to actually top something
DK,
like
you and
that
I
for
should
the last
definitely play
expansion?
sometime, dude.
Right. So we wanted
I'll have to get you in for a video.
Returning players to find something that they could never find in another version or like in previous versions of Wasteland 3. And so we built this as a Wasteland style
so my plan is I'm going to be streaming.
You find this awesome mix of mystery.
I'm going to turn this down a little bit so you're not having to try and hear me over the dude. I'm going to be streaming a ton of FH5, but I'm going to be streaming it on Twitch. But I plan on doing a ton of videos, like actually edited videos and everything, like challenges. And, I have a whole list of ideas that I want to do, so we'll definitely have to get a collab going at some point, for sure.
Objective-based combat, which are basically super rad boss battles. It's no longer you're like huddling in a corner, throwing down turrets, just going on murderous rampages. It's not about killing, it's about getting the job done.
While we're waiting, if you guys haven't voted on that poll that's at the top of the chat,
we send you on proper
vote out of those three options, which do you think would be the cover card for Forza Horizon 5?
Prisons, rescuing POWs.
What do you think it'd be?
You're disrupting these high-tech cultist rituals. You are splitting your fire team and coordinating like you never have had to before. Like everyone on your team has a job, and I really think this is going to take old players who know their Ranger team like the back of their hands, and it's going to make them scratch their head and really have to rethink how they go about combat and making it new, exciting, and challenging in a way, mentally in a way we haven't been able to really do before with just straight up murder combat.
Now, Wasteland has a reputation for getting a little silly.
Right.
I just get really
what
busy
are
with
some
it.
of the weird characters we can expect in some of the story encounters we will
Definitely
see
the Reliant
in
Robin,
game?
maybe.
Yeah, with Cult of the Holy Detonation, we really got to cut our devs loose and just let them be creative
Nah, not
and
yet,
fun
Feed.
and silly. Like, in Exiles,
They've
modus
confirmed that they're
operandi
100% showing it
is
today, though.
If we're like
But we
brainstorming
haven't
and
seen it
something
yet.
makes us laugh, we just put
But
it in
you're
the
not
game.
late.
That's just how we do it, and we pick up the pieces afterwards. Because we want to make something that entertains us, and then we know if we're having fun, our fans are going to have fun along with us. And so we got to explore, like really letting you get deep into this like weird radiation cult,
Oh, I
and
gotta
let you
take my
interact
hoodie
with
off.
them
I'm
and talk
sweating
with
now.
them, and tell stories and like maybe even join them.
Yeah.
And so, like for instance, one of the characters you meet, one of the first cultists you meet, is this slathering beast. He's got like claws and fangs and spikes jutting out, and he's drooling, but he's like the nicest guy in Cheyenne Mountain. Like you meet him and he's like, "Hey guys, you should like come in here and like soak up some of these rads. It'll be great." And he Sherpas you in and lets you meet the whole cult. And another one of my favorites is the Proteus. He's what you get if you took like 20 cultists and you like melted them into a big pile, kind of like I would do this with like a magnifying glass. I would like melt like army guys and like GI Joes into a big pile, and he's wet and sloppy and gross, and he's hard to understand. And
They know what they're doing. They know that most people who are watching this stream right now, out of the 42,000 people almost, if you include my view counts, then they know that most of the people right now that are watching are here for Forza. So they're showing all the like low-key games first so they can get them to see like, you know, they can show everyone these games, and then they show Forza. Because if they showed Forza first, then no one's gonna care about these games, and like, kind of sucks for the developers then. So.
and like goofy and funny, which is a line that Wasteland really
FH5 comes out November 9th, but if you pre-order or buy the if you pre-order the premium edition, which is like the highest one, you basically get 4 days early access, so you get to play on November 5th.
Watching this right now, and I'm like, man, I want to get into Wasteland 3. What would you suggest for new players wanting to get into this?
And like I said at the top, like Wasteland is like the best version of itself right now because of all the work we put into it over the past year. And so you can get the whole thing with the Colorado collection. That's the base game plus Cult of the Holy Detonation and Battle of Steeltown, all for a discount. Or if you have Game Pass, you already have Wasteland 3. Just download it and play it. And then you can get both expansions with the expansion pass.
That is awesome. Now, to kind of recap this a little bit, we've talked about, you know, spewing pus bags and these weird characters and the cults
They
and
would
the
lose
boss
literally
battles all these really cool things that are going to be in Wasteland 3.
Viewers, so.
But please remind everyone before we get out of here, when can you pick up this DLC?
Right.
Yeah, we hit
Work of Passion,
25.6K.
It comes out on October 5th.
If you haven't subscribed already, make sure to subscribe for more Forza Horizon 5 content.
Cult of the Holy Detonation.
I will be uploading as soon as the game
David,
comes out.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Bear.
Very excited for it.
In the 3 years since its launch, Sea of Thieves has played host to some incredible crossovers, including unique ship sets inspired by games like Battletoads, State of Decay, Halo, and more. Today, we're excited to announce a brand new special event that will award players an all-new ship as a part of the latest wild crossover heading to Sea of Thieves. Better yet, this event begins tomorrow. So get ready to make some mayhem, and let's get our first look at this very special ship.
Oh, this is probably copyrighted. Just gotta be careful. I don't want to get copyrighted here. It's probably already too late. I haven't streamed in a while, so I'm not used to having to do this. Hello, Joe.
This all-digital Gamescom event. And we were thinking, what's the best way to kind of celebrate Gamescom and to be a part of this as Sea of Thieves? And so we're really excited to reveal that we're bringing the Mayhem ship set that you've just seen.
Today they're fully going to show us the cover car 100%. They're going to show us the cover for Forza Horizon 5, and they're going to show us new gameplay and parts of the map that we have not seen yet, as well as just a bunch of new cars that have never been in a Forza game before. So we get to see all of that today. I'm very excited. I hope you guys are too. If you are, smash the like button. We're like 50 likes away from 200. Smash that. Also, take part in the poll. Top of the chat. There's a little poll. You get to answer what car you think is going to be the cover car.
So that's the time period you've got to get your hands on the Mayhem.
You can answer that if you want.
And I think that's it from me. So as always, I will see you on the seas.
Ben, you know, obviously watch whoever you want. That's on you. But I think you guys will like some of the content that I'll be putting out. So I think you guys will enjoy it very much. So.
Hope.
Yeah, no, it'd be cool to have like a YouTuber's car expansion pack. That would be cool for sure.
But now, it's hope that brings us back together. It reunites old friends. It builds new bonds. And in the face
Because bro, the
of a
PLP 50 is the
growing
best car around. What you talking about? The best supercar, dog.
weapon we have.
Oh, copyright. Thank you. It's probably already too late, but oh well. What can you do? If I get copyrighted for it, I'll figure something out. Are we talking about GTA 6? Well, there's no GTA 6 yet, so.
Of Decay 2. And we have a guest to walk us through this Undead update. Please join me in welcoming Undead Labs Director of Communications, Wanda Russell. Hello, Wanda. How are you?
Hello, I'm great. It's great to be here. Talk about the Homecoming update releasing on September 1st. We are very excited to get this into players' hands.
You are indeed. So let's talk about the Homecoming update. Obviously, we are coming back to Trumbull Valley. We were there for Heartland, the update, back in 2019. Talk to me about the differences, and I'll sit right here and listen because you're adorable.
Hilton, they probably will.
So
well, it's
Heartland
not a
is
strike,
the story mode
but
within
I'll get
the game.
a content
it's a very
ID,
linear, narrative-driven
which kind of
experience.
just means that
players couldn't move their communities there. So
like,
that's all changed for the
overall,
Trumbull
won't,
Valley map.
like, make
it is
money
the fifth
on the stream,
core
which
open world
it's not that
map.
big of a
It's fully
deal,
remastered, and it expands into 2
I
territories
I'll
that
figure
were
it out if
completely
something happens. It's all
inaccessible in
good, though.
Heartland. So players can return to Trumbull Valley with their communities, start new communities there.
It is what it
and
is,
really
you know.
Start exploring everything that the new map has to offer.
So then, would Homecoming be a sequel then to Heartland?
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, at the rate we're going, well, we won't hear about.
Heartland, kind of
Oh, if you're
play
talking
out
about
to
GTA
see
6,
what
that makes sense.
happens in Trumbull Valley.
No,
So
I
we
don't think
of it
GTA
as
6
the
is going to come out for
third
a
part of our
while.
Trumbull saga that began with the original State of Decay game, continued into Heartland, and now we see what has happened since then.
Imagine like
and
Rainbow
what storylines
Road
might be coming
expansion
to a
for
close.
FH5.
So there
Get to
is
go
a
into space
lot
and
for
race
players
along
to
Rainbow
discover,
Road.
a lot of environmental
That'd be
storytelling to find.
something.
And you know, things have changed. So this isn't the Trumbull Valley that players might remember. So that's going to be exciting.
Interesting. Well, and anytime you expand something like Trumbull Valley, you just have to have a juggernaut of content, pun intended. Talk to me a little bit about what some of those things are that players can get in on here now in the expanded Trumbull Valley.
Yes, a ton of new
We'll
content.
get there, we'll
in
get
fact,
there.
we're doing something unique with the Trumbull
Forza
Valley
should
map.
be next.
There are items there that you can only
fact,
find
I
on that
think
map
Forza
and nowhere
will be
else
next.
in the game, including 12 new
Because
hats
there's
and
only
outfits,
10 more
10
minutes
new
of this stream
very cool
scheduled, so.
weapons. We've got 6 new bases, 2 new achievements for achievement hunters. And on top of that, we are adding the game's 12th bounty pack. So that will be available from the bounty broker across all maps. And I have to say, they are some of the coolest weapons I have ever seen
I've
go
never
into the
been
game.
into State of
I'm so
Decay, so I
excited
don't-
for people to find them.
A juggernaut amount of content, and I don't care who
Yes,
sees that
I
second
love
pun
it.
of the day. That works out great. Well, let's talk about the State of Decay community because it's absolutely an integral part to this entire franchise. And State of Decay being on Xbox Game Pass, how has that impacted the community? How has that impacted the game? Talk to me about those.
It's been fantastic, and you know we have an amazing community. We love them so much.
Mario Kart
In
and
fact,
Forza.
one of the reasons we're doing Trumbull
Imagine.
Valley as a map is because it
Nintendo
was
and
one of the most
turn 10 to a
requested
collab.
features from the community,
That would be
which also
interesting.
makes it very exciting for us to be able to say, we did it, you get it. And we have a major milestone that we're celebrating. State of Decay 2 has 10 million lifetime players.
10 million lifetime hang your hat on that. I absolutely love that. That is
really grateful.
Incredible, amazing news.
No, they haven't shown Forza Horizon 5 yet. We're almost there. We are almost there.
Well, speaking of
show it here
Xbox
in a
Game
minute.
Pass, let's give me the deets one more time when it comes to the update.
So the update releases September 1st. It's a free update for all State of Decay 2 owners, and it's included with Xbox Game Pass. Happy homecoming.
I love it. Thank you, Wonder, very much.
My pleasure.
Now we move from Trumbull Valley to the Lost Valley of Akria. This mystical location trades zombies for ancient warrior clans, forgotten temples of long-dead god kings, and a healthy dose of hack
Game and
and
G
slash.
cars would be interesting.
All this awaits in Stray Blade.
Copyright. Land Rover Defender. I'm sure they will. I mean, okay, what is your guys' opinion, every single one of you, what is your opinion on motorcycles being in Forza? Would you want to see something like that in Forza Horizon 5? Because personally, I think it would be cool. I know that people would be like, it's a ripoff of The Crew. I don't know. I think it'd be cool regardless.
The Lost Valley of Akria, a world which ranges from overgrown
I think it'd be
temple
cool to
ruins
have like street
frozen
bikes
caves
at least,
and winding canyons.
and like dirt bikes.
A game world that changes based
cool.
on your victories.
I don't know how it would
and
work,
plenty
but
of
it'd be
dudes
cool.
to stab in blade-to-blade combat. If that weren't enough, you even get a fuzzy little pal to help you out. Between the epic fights and this small guy, there's clearly a lot going on here. So let's hear more from Point Blank Games about Stray Blade.
Hello everybody, I'm Leonard Couch,
I think it would at least be cool to have in one game to see what it's like.
I will show you Stray Blade.
Because there's like half of you were saying no, half of you were saying yes. So I think it would be cool to just have at least a couple of bikes in the game, just to see what it's like, see if we like it.
Valley of Akria with his companion, a witty wolf named Boji.
Plus, think about it. Sorry, I don't know if any of you are interested in this game, but think about it. You have the dirt track in Forza Horizon 5, like you have that dirt racetrack kind of thing. Imagine taking like a dirt bike and doing dirt bike races around like that little dirt track thing on the coast. I'm just saying, bro.
Our combat system merges strategic anticipation of enemy
mobility
attacks
scooter
with split-second blade-to-blade reactions.
I mean,
it is the high noon
Happy
of
Wheels and
skill-based
Forza.
melee weapon combat. To achieve that, we put our hearts into creating fluid, well-readable animations and epic cinematic finishers. You can choose from multiple weapon categories that can be combined to fit your playstyle. Now, let's take a look at the exploration. Akria's colorful world ranges from overgrown city ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons. Together with your companion, explore the deepest corners of an ever-changing world, bristling with adventure. Every discovery holds treasure. Find rare materials, recipes, weapons, lore pieces.
No, they haven't
and
shown Forza
beautiful
yet.
places. Change is part of your journey, where every victory impacts the world around you. When you die, time keeps moving forward. Enemy skills stay dead, new foes invade camps that you weakened, and when Boji revives you, only one thing is certain. The change you brought shapes what now awaits you. And of course, get ready for epic boss
please
fights.
don't spam, thank you. If you spam, I will unfortunately have to put you in
We
timeout.
hope you enjoyed the first look at Stray
please do
Blade,
not.
which will be out next year. And keep an eye on our social media channels for more information.
Copyright. Should be fun. Worst case scenario.
Next up, one of the most unique games finally comes to Xbox.
Yeah, unique.
I like his voice.
As in, my evil twin murdered 4 of my husbands because they secretly are in love with me. Unique.
In case that didn't tip you off, we're talking about Crusader Kings 3, the medieval grand strategy and role-playing game that has you trying to defend your royal line from those that would conquer your kingdom, and evil twins apparently.
Yeah. It's coming to Xbox as an adaptation, not a direct port, meaning that the UI and controls have been refined to bring that grand strategy
We
experience.
should be seeing Forza Horizon 5 here very
Not to
soon.
mention bringing the grand strategy experience to my
Very,
comfy
very
living
soon.
room couch.
We'll all be ruling from our throne room soon enough. Check out Crusader Kings 3, now coming to Xbox consoles.
Okay.
My son, we must never forget the crimes committed against us.
While we wait, if you're new around here, subscribe, please. Thank you. We're on the road to 26K. Nah, we on the road to 100K. Screw that.
He never understood.
Subscribe.
The greatest wars are won with weddings, not warriors. With daggers.
Forza's coming soon.
swords.
Trust. We'll be there soon. I'm just gonna... I don't know if any of you guys are interested in this. If you want me to unmute it, I can unmute, but I don't really know what this is, and personally, I'm not interested. I'm gonna be honest. Thank you for all of you who have subscribed, though. I appreciate all you guys. Nothing but love. NASCAR track? That'd be cool. Although, again, F1 would be cool, too.
Crusader Kings 3 is wild. You really
sure
haven't lived until you've made an 8-year-old the King of England.
Well, it's nice to have hobbies. We've all gotten into some weird stuff this past year.
Weird like diving into people's brains and exploring their mental universes projected into a psychedelic 60s wonderland kind of weird?
Exactly that kind of weird, which means I am so excited for Psychonauts
Forza
to
is
finally
going
get a
to be
sequel.
after this.
It's been so
this is the last game we'll see before
really is
Forza.
something
I'm
special
ready.
about Psychonauts, isn't it?
I'm very ready.
It really is indeed. Now, think about this. 2005, when Psychonauts originally came out, was a different time for gaming. Most of the biggest games that year, we're talking Resident Evil 4, Battlefield 2, Call of Duty 2. They were great games, for sure. But they were all big.
Why are we
beefy
talking about
shooter
Call of
games.
Duty 2?
Meanwhile, Psychonauts had humor, whimsy, and surprisingly heartfelt moments. It was an oasis of color and humanity in an era when games were increasingly turning grimy, dark, and combative.
Not to mention having some deceptively deep character moments.
That's why the original is considered a cult classic.
It has been a long time coming, and it is finally here. Enjoy this long-awaited launch trailer for Psychonauts.
I like how they cut them off. So I just realized this stream goes on for another hour. But it should hopefully be shown soon. Should be shown within the next 20 minutes, max. But yeah, it's kind of like E3. We kind of just have to sit through the stuff. But at least we know that we'll get like a decent, hopefully 20 to 30 minute segment on Forza, so.
Get ready, Rasputin.
Did you forget everything I taught you about levitation, Rasputin?
I'm not supposed to check out equipment to...
Yeah, it'll probably be a pretty long Forza showcase, so.
What?
Roach, I wish they did, but Battlefield's not an Xbox exclusive, so we're not gonna see it here, unfortunately.
In case you forgot, I've got eyes on the target.
Is that 2030? I could see that. I could see us getting like a 30-minute segment on Forza, so 30 minutes. I can see that. Hurry back, Braden. Why she built like nut? Yeah, well, the plan was basically they were going to show Forza, and then, at least the way they made it seem, is that they would show Forza on this stream would end, and then the Let's Go stream on the Forza YouTube channel would start. I guess it's a little different than I thought it was going to be. It's all good, though. Copyright, well, it's a little bit late now, but it's all good. I was talking over it, so hopefully it won't pick it up, but should be alright. If anything, after the stream, YouTube thankfully gives me an option to cut that segment out of the stream. So it basically removes the copyright, so I'll have to sift through and remove all of those bits, but it's fine.
The original game that came out, and I can't.
As long as I don't get copyrighted for Forza, we'll be fine.
And Lizette, T-Tree Montgomery, I am definitely dating myself, but you all welcome from Double Fine Productions. Thank you so much for being here. Tim, can you believe it has been 16
Thank you for
years?
warning me,
I almost
though.
said
I
19
appreciate
years.
Yeah, it feels like only yesterday, but it kind of was for Raz because the story picks up right where the first game left off.
It's awards.
And even though it has been a
award
lot of
is a
years,
weird way to
it's
put
it's
it,
a
but
game
yes.
that matters a lot to us. We really love it here at Double Fine, and we know that a lot of fans have
No,
done a
not
lot
yet,
to them.
Brandon.
And
They
so
haven't
we really want to
revealed
be
it
true to the spirit of the first game, which we were able to do because we brought back a lot of the same voice actors, and we also have a lot of people on the team here that worked on the first game, as well as bringing on a bunch of new people like Lisette.
Thank you. It was really important for us to carry the legacy forward, especially the cool style of Wonk that is very prevalent in the first game.
Style of Wonk. Just put it on a shirt. I'm in there for it. Let's roll it back a bit. Of course, this can be kind of a trippy idea if you're not familiar. Psychonauts, they still jump into people's minds, I'm assuming, like the first game, right?
Sure
so,
there will be.
So if a Psychonaut sort of dove into my brain, it would be like a lot of Ted Lasso quotes and French Bulldog memes. Am I correct, Tim?
Yeah, that's what's fun about a Psychonauts game is that all the levels are different, just like every person is different, based on their personality. If you could jump into someone's mind, what would it look like in there? What would be the color of the sky, and like who would the monsters be? And in Psychonauts, you get to do that because Raz has the power of astral
Commercials.
projection.
The cars
and
sound
when he
really
goes in,
good.
he gets to fight those monsters and help people deal
In
with their
Horizon 5,
nightmares
they sound
and wrestle
really
with their
good.
inner demons.
They sound
there's a ton
legit
of
like the real
variety,
cars,
and there's a lot of
which is
anything
cool.
goes. We can go to any location, we can have any art style, and coming up with new levels.
I know.
for
We're
the
all kind
second
of just
game
having to
was,
sit here and
really
wait
fun
for
to do.
Forza, but we're almost there.
I loved it from the first game, certainly. Let's
We are
talk
almost
a little
there,
bit about
I
how
promise.
that kind of concept expresses itself in the game world. I mean,
Trust me, I want to see
Psychonauts 2's got
Forza
it
just
all
as
over
much
the
as you
place.
guys.
Yeah, it was really
But
important.
we're
for
all
us
here
to
together.
carry
We're all having to
forward
sit
the
through it together,
unique brain
so.
worlds and unique levels from the first game, and the unique style as well. So we're really focused on.
The thing is, though, is that the Supra sounds very, very identical to the IRL Supra, crazy enough. Because at first, I kind of had the same thought. I was like, this kind of sounds weird. When they were showing the gameplay of the new Supra, I was like, yeah, this sounds kind of weird. But then I like watched an actual video of like the Supra IRL, and I was like, you know what? It kind of sounds like very identical. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, trust me, Neil. Trust me. I know. we're all literally just having to sit through it together. So we're all just kind of here, you know. We're all in it together. Use your time travel powers. Imagine I could just click a button and it's like, oh yeah, Forza. Would be nice. Would definitely be nice. That sound like a Jay-Z. Kinda. Imagine the 22 Civic is, yeah. That'd be cool. I really wish they would have my specific model of Civic in the game. Like, there's not that much customization for my car, but like, it would still be really cool to have my car in the game, ultimately. The closest you can get to my car, like, actually in the game is like a race car, so you get like, you can't even make it look like a normal car. You're kind of stuck with it being like an actual like race car. And then like, even then, it's just like, I don't know. You can't really change a whole lot with it, and it's, I don't know. I just wish I actually had like my car in the game. That'd be cool. What car do you own? I have a 10th gen Civic Coupe SI with some pretty cool wheels.
Agents, other psychonauts out there.
I want to
that
hear what
maybe
they're saying
grew up
at this point.
in a completely
be
different
honest.
circus.
Music is fun and all,
We
but
have a lot of new characters in this game.
We do. We have a lot of new characters in this game. As soon as Raz arrives on the headquarters, he immediately gets introduced to the interns. And the interns quickly tell him and show him how he fits into the
no,
organization.
I had it muted.
Bottom.
They're right down at
Right
the
on the
bottom.
I had the stream muted.
Yeah, so Ern is way back to the top again. He's no longer the coolest kid in summer camp.
I'd like to see your
And much
car.
to his chagrin, his entire family, his entire embarrassing
let me show you real quick.
circus clothes wearing family comes to visit him in front of all
Take a
his
quick
new
look at
friends.
it,
And so
Instagram.
the
yeah,
interns find out that he's
I met
the
Adam
awkward
LZ.
middle child of
Cool
the circus
dude.
family. Each
This
one
is
of
my
them
car,
has their
though.
own quirks and foibles,
Can't
and
really
some
see
of
the
them
color
are
of the
even
wheels.
psychic.
You can
And
see 'em
so
better
a lot
here.
of their story gets
This is
told in
my
this
car.
game, including their backstory and how it
Two-door
relates to the foundation of the
SI.
Psychonauts themselves.
Well, I like that. And of course, as you might know already, I'm sold. But you, of course, already knew that.
You guys want to see
When
more pictures
can
of my car?
myself
Follow me on
and
Instagram,
the
link in
rest of the
description.
world exact some beefy, meaty revenge?
You can get back to the beef and play Psychonauts 2
Zola's clawing
on
at my
August
door
25th
again.
on Xbox Game Pass and PC.
There it is. Lizette, Tim from Double Fine, thank you so much. And you know what? Extend a huge congratulations to everyone at Double Fine.
Yeah, I think
on
my
the
car's
launch of
pretty neat.
Psychonauts 2.
Pretty cool.
Thank you so much. We're very excited.
Thank you.
And you can catch
Just-
more of Tim Schafer and ask him
All
those
I'll
burning
say-
questions about the newest.
Just wait till you guys see what like mods I want to do to it, and like just overall how I want to make the car look. Just wait, because it is going to be cool.
Satisfying 4K
So
60
if you want to
trailer
see
for
that,
The
subscribe.
Gunk.
Follow me on Instagram. From the creators of SteamWorld. And copyright. Still in because then she's gonna try and like jump up on my chair and jump up all over my desk, and I don't want her like stepping on my keyboard and ending the stream. It's the last thing I would want right now, to be honest. Yeah, no. So with the Civic SIs, the 10th gens, you could literally put like $4,000 or $5,000 into it and be at the same power level as a Type R, which is like 300 horsepower at least. So that's cool. And then you could really tune it up and probably get it up to about 400 horsepower, but that's about all those motors can handle. When's Forza? We will be seeing it very, very soon. We're all kind of just having to sit through the random games that not very many of us really are interested in at the moment. Unfortunately, before we see Forza, but we're all in it together. So...
games today, and it's hard to pick a favorite, but let me just say, it is so cool that State of Decay 2 is expanding Trumbull Valley. Come on!
It should be
And
next.
hey, you know what?
It should be here in a minute.
Great job on that flight sim interview.
Oh, thank you. I mean, talking to Jorg is always a blast, and Flight Sim is such a special game to me because, I mean, it's literally letting me travel.
Transmission on the SI is good.
But
it's really good.
I was staring daggers of jealousy watching you talk to Tim and Lizette over at Double Fine.
Well, I will say this, I understand, but you got to play Psychonauts 2 already, so
I also have a short shifter in the SI,
That's
so
true.
it's
But it's not
very,
the same
very
as
crisp.
talking to the creators. Just trust me when I tell you, be excited for Psychonauts 2.
I will say this as well, I am
Yeah,
excited
if you
to
guys
see
ever
even more of
recreate
Psychonauts
my
2
car
on
in
our
video
Xbox
games,
Play
post it on
streams.
Instagram, tag me, or Twitter.
Yes, don't forget, Xbox Plays will recap all the week's news throughout the week at twitch.tv/Xbox. So make
Xbox.
sure to check that out. Before Kate and I let Playground Games take the wheel, let me just say that it has been our distinct pleasure to chat games and nerd out with
Forza is
everyone
right
today.
now, boys.
Oh,
Leave a
it's
like on the
hands down
stream.
the best part of the
To
job.
get Forza right now, bro. Let's
Far
go.
from done here.
Too true.
go.
Now, in June, Playground Games announced that Forza Horizon
Let's
5,
go.
the highly anticipated
That's us.
follow-up
That's you.
to
That's me.
2018's breakout hit open-world driving game Forza Horizon 4, arrives on
Okay.
November 9th on Xbox consoles.
It's 5,
Xbox
but-
Game Pass for console, PC, and cloud.
I'll let
and
it slide.
Of course,
She accidentally said 4, but
And if you're watching our Xbox YouTube channel, switch over to our Xbox Twitch channel to see all this new exclusive content.
and that is twitch.tv/Xbox for the full vroom vroom experience. And if you're already watching on
we'll just watch it on
If
here.
you're
then.
watching our Xbox YouTube channel, switch over to our Xbox Twitch channel to see all this new exclusive content.
and that is twitch.tv/Xbox for the full vroom vroom experience. And if you're
Vroom,
already
vroom.
watching on Twitch or one of the Forza channels, stay right where you are.
Without further ado, let's dive in, starting with the new custom Forza Horizon 5 controller, which is available for pre-order today, so
Okay.
players can have it in hand by November 9th when the standard edition of the game launches.
I'm ready. Yeah. It's interesting. I like it. Doesn't really scream Forza to me, but it looks cool. Love to see it. Yeah, I don't really know what that has to do with Forza, but it looks cool. Imagine they transition, they use this to like show us the cover car. Limited edition controller. Cool. Looks neat. Oh boy.
Charlie here, and I'm at Playground Games with Forza Horizon creative director Mike Brown and Forza Horizon art director Don Arcetta. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
Hello.
How cool is this?
That is stunning. Look at that. Well, we obviously just saw a really cool video about it, and I'll be the first to say there is an amazing influence of Mexican car culture and music literally splayed right across the front. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. It just feels like it's a part of the Horizon Festival, like it's just dropped out of the game into your lap.
Absolutely.
Absolutely love it.
And there's so much we do want to show the fans,
think,
and it's been quite difficult to decide where to start. So can you maybe tell us a bit more about the game, Mike?
Sure, yeah. So Forza Horizon 5 is bringing the Horizon Festival's unique brand of fun and freedom to beautiful and vibrant Mexico. Players are going to set out across the largest, most diverse open world we've ever built in hundreds of the world's most beautiful and exciting
We've already
cars.
seen that picture.
Yeah, and people
We've already
think that
seen
Mexico is just
Nothing
a
new.
desert or a beach, but there's so much more to it, isn't there?
That's right. Even though it does have pretty
The
awesome
cover
beaches
cars,
and
the
some-
controller,
a number
yes.
of amazing deserts, it also has vast canyons, hidden temples, awesome, beautiful historic cities, and even a towering snow-capped volcano, the highest point we've ever had in a Horizon game.
So you've talked about how Forza Horizon 5 showcases powerful, all-new graphical features, but what more can you tell us about that?
So yeah, our Mexican HDR sky captures really illuminate the world to the point where you feel like you're really there.
No, the controller looks
And
cool. It
thanks
just
to
doesn't
Xbox
remind me
Series
of
X and
Forza
S, ray tracing
specifically.
is utilized in Forza Vista to really
Which
make
is
our
fine,
cars
but-
look more true to real life. You'll encounter the smallest of details as you travel throughout the world, all rendered in striking realism.
Oh, that's such an exciting overview. I cannot wait. And next up is something we know that Forza Horizon fans have definitely been waiting for the most. Mike, what exactly is that?
The cover
Yeah, that's
car.
right. We are about to reveal the cover of Forza Horizon 5, featuring
Yes.
the incredible Mercedes AMG 1 and the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. Should we take a look?
I knew it! Don't tell me I didn't call it, bro. Don't tell me I didn't call it. Let's go. Okay, well, to be fair, I kind of thought it was supposed to be the Baja Bronco, but I called it. I called it at least. That looks really good. What the heck? Might have to mute here in a second. Or not. That looks really good. It looks like a Justin HTI thumbnail.
Now, those
I
are
like
two
that.
very different ways to explore Mexico. So what I want to know is why those two cars were chosen and what players can expect when they get behind the wheel.
Yeah, so those differences are exactly why we chose them. The Mercedes AMG 1 marks the first time a car features Formula One hybrid technology almost one-to-one from track to the street.
That's cool.
And with the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands, that's primed for rugged off-roading across Mexico's vast terrain.
And I'm certain people can't wait to see more of what these cars can do in the game, so I don't think we should keep them waiting any longer. Mike, can you tell us about what we're about to see next?
Yes, so
Oh,
in a
I
few
can end the
moments'
poll
time,
now.
we'll be kicking off a Forza Horizon 5 Let's Go stream, and everybody should check that out for a big deep dive into loads of new content and features from Forza Horizon 5. But before that, we have 8 minutes of brand new gameplay where we're going to see both the Mercedes AMG 1 and the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. And in typical
go.
Horizon fashion, we are going to see active volcanoes, cars jumping out of cargo planes, and a race under beautiful Mexican skies all the way to the Horizon Festival. Should we check it out?
I think we should.
Okay, long story short, Justin, I was right. It is the Project 1. And not gonna lie, I kind of knew early. I kind of knew this whole time. I'm sorry. I hate to admit it to you guys, but I kind of knew. But it is what it is. This looks cool. But yeah, so we've already seen the cover car, but stick around because we literally get new gameplay. This is sick. Might have to mute here, but This is probably the demo, actually. That is true. Screw it. I'm going for the copyright. I don't care.
Take control of the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands atop of the towering, snow-capped Gran Caldera volcano.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side.
Lighting is a bit weird. In my opinion, it looks a little bit too dark, but maybe this is how it is. Dang. That looks, dude, you're above the clouds. Holy. That is nuts. What is this? This is Forza Horizon 5. Going against a plan. Wouldn't be the first time, but yes, this is cool. I don't even think that was the volcano. That might have been. Yo, is this a festival? No. Okay, this is the dirt track. This is the dirt track we were looking at. Ooh. Okay. I see you. Yo, flight simulator in Forza.
Go enjoy yourself. I have to go make another delivery.
Cool. Cool.
Drop zone approaching. Lovely day for a drive.
Yeah, this is 100% gonna be the demo. This is what we will see in the demo. That's cool. Seeing the church, the distance. That's kind of sick.
Now we see the 2020 Corvette Stingray tearing up the asphalt towards a dust storm in the Mexican farmland.
With the Street Hunter kit, love to see it.
Keep going.
This is cool. To get, like, aside from the stream being kind of whack quality, this game looks really good. Jeez, bro. Sir. Yeah, it's definitely got kind of like Fast and Furious vibes for sure, but...
Okay, there's no other way around. We've got to go through it.
Ooh. I'm excited to play this demo. I might make a video unless they like announce when the demo is coming out here, which I don't think they will. Okay, that is sick. That's neat. That's cool. I might make a video on like trying to predict the demo release date. If you guys want to see that. But...
Okay, on my mark. 5, 4. 4 now, that's fine.
Yep.
This could get a little rough.
Dude, this game looks so good. This feels like FH3, bro.
Next up is the Porsche 911 Desert Flyer, crashing through the dense jungle tree canopy.
Flamingos!
Let's go. Probably not, Alexandra, but maybe. I can't wait to see this in like perfect 4K quality. Dude, this just reminds me of Forza Horizon 3, bro. That game was so good. This game is going to be amazing. This looks really good. So when this game actually comes out on November 5th, I'm going to be streaming it at midnight. Hopefully I'll be able to like change the time on my PC and play a little bit early, but I'll be doing like a midnight stream to play this the second it comes out. I am very much excited to play that. So I'll be streaming that here on YouTube. And then most of the other streams will be on Twitch. So follow me on Twitch if you want to join the videos, you know. That bridge looks insane, bro. FH3 on crack, dude. Literally, that's what this is, and I love it.
¡Qué maravilla! You're not gonna believe your eyes when you see this. Keep going.
Yeah, we've seen this bit in the trailer, so we know what he's coming up here to in a minute. Temples. But I like sleeping. Yeah, I do too. Ooh. Highway to Horizon. Dude, did we get to see the festival? Ooh, the Project One, the cover car. Let's go. Okay. Dude, this looks insane.
What do you say? Rest of the festival.
Dude, please tell me they're gonna show us the festival.
And on the final leg, we have the stunning Mercedes AMG 1 at full speed across Mexico's sun-baked rocky coast.
Yes, sir.
Horizon, this is Mexico. We've already had cars falling out of the sky, but all eyes are on the superstar making their way to the festival.
Oh, this is sick.
Right now. If you've just arrived at Horizon Mexico, then you are in for a treat, my friend. Get ready.
Dude, I want to see this festival. I want to see if they've nailed the festival vibe. Because they've nailed a lot of other things in this game. I want to see the festival vibe. There's the resort off there to the right that we saw the Porsche racing around. That's cool. This is the Let's Go stream. The speed. Please, show me the festival. Looks cool. It's interesting. Gonna play StonixX music at the festival. No! I wanted to actually see the festival, bro. I want more than that. Okay, so there's still more. There is still more to see. So we get to see a bunch new cars. So this is like the end of the other Gamescom stream, but now we're transitioning into the Forza Let's Go stream where we will see a ton of new cars that have never been in a Forza game revealed, a bunch new gameplay, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so stick around because we're only just getting started, and I'm very excited. We might actually even get to see the actual festival too.
Well, that was absolutely incredible, and I know I for sure will never get tired of cars parachuting out of planes anytime soon. But I am going to need a minute
it is
to
a little
process all the
oversaturated,
amazing
but I think
gameplay
it
we
looks.
just
I still
watched,
think it
which
looks
works
good.
out just fine.
For a video
because
game,
we
I
need
think
to
it looks
welcome
really
everyone
good.
who just is joining us right now.
Going
So for
good.
those of you who just
Going
turned
good. How
up,
about you,
we
Killer?
have just wrapped the Gamescom 2021 Xbox stream and have so much more content to cover. So please sit back and enjoy our latest episode of Forza Horizon 5 Let's Go live with Playground Games.
Let's
We
go.
have an excellent show coming away.
I want to see the new cars.
So first, in case you missed it, we're going to be recapping the major
More
Gamescom
cars.
announcements from just a few moments ago, as well as taking a closer look at the Forza Horizon 5 limited edition Xbox wireless controller and the initial drive gameplay.
Cool.
Then we'll take the freshly announced cover cars for a bit of a spin and debut a brand new showcase event, as well as a few more cars along the way.
Let's go.
So, Mike and Don, that was all very, very exciting, but I think, first of all, we need to talk a bit more about the controller, because wow, what a statement. Can you tell us a little bit more about how it came to be?
Yes, so this is it. This is the
There it
Forza
is.
Horizon 5 limited edition Xbox wireless controller, to give it its full title.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it was probably around about over 18 months ago now, wasn't it? The hardware team approached us and said they really wanted to.
I like the
produce a limited edition
controller. It just
for
it doesn't
Forza Horizon
scream
5,
Forza
and
to me,
obviously,
but
we
I
were
like the controller.
Yes.
Absolutely.
No,
What's up,
we
Dynasty?
really love how it's come together. It just brings so much vibrancy and colour.
Time
It just
travel
feels
again.
like it's a little piece of the Horizon
Nah, I still
Festival.
think there's a lot of cool
Plopped out of the
stuff
screen and landed in your lap. Loads of cool features as well. Loads of little like.
At least we're
hidden
watching
Easter eggs.
stuff
Yeah,
about
it's been
Forza
great, right?
and
Yeah,
not
it's
just some
been
random
awesome, and I
game.
think integrating the stuff that we've seen in the initial drive with the powder explosions and the colors on the car, on the cargo plane and whatnot. And integrating that into the controllers.
Is Jack home? No, he's
a lot of fun.
Not right now.
And for anyone else who maybe didn't pick up on camera, but the controller is also translucent as well, which I get really nerdy
He's on a
over
little personal
translucent
trip.
controllers.
And
So I
then
just want,
this
in case anyone missed
weekend,
that detail,
Jack,
it
me,
is.
and some of
there
the
is an
boys are
additional
flying
detail as
out
well,
to
because
Road
it also
America.
comes with some
So
exclusive
if any of you
car
guys are going to
DLC.
happen to be at Road America this weekend for the GT races,
while we're on the translucency,
I'll be
it has
there.
a Forza
So.
logo etched inside it, and this thing down here is like brightly coloured.
I
so you
actually
can
missed
see it
that,
spinning.
so thank you.
There you go. Should we roll the VT on the video?
Yeah, Mike's shoes are sick.
Those people who purchase the controller will
Mike
also
kinda
get some
drippy, bro.
exclusive DLC.
I gotta lie.
Part of that is the Forza Edition Ford Coupe, which is this amazing car right here.
That's
It looks
unique.
absolutely a real eye catcher, just like the controller. You can see the paint job on there as well. It's inspired by the controller, so it will match. You can match out of the game and in the game.
Love it.
As we see here as well. Because it's got that exposed engine, it really takes advantage of all the ray trace reflections that we've got going on here in Forza Vista. You do get a couple of other things as well. You get a character cosmetic and an emote, so that when you win an event in your exclusive Forza
You can let people
car,
know you did
you
it
can
on
let
the
people
controller.
know. Exactly.
You can really rub it in. Now, I know we announced it on the Xbox show, but to confirm, when can people pre-order and get their hands on it?
I believe it might be up for pre-order now on the Microsoft Store. Yeah, if not now, then very, very soon. And other retailers shortly after that. But I think if you want one now, then jump over to the Microsoft Store.
Perfect. Right. Well, while you go do that, let's talk a little bit more about the initial drive gameplay, which we just saw, and is, for context, the very first gameplay players will see when they experience Forza Horizon 5. Yep. So what was that like? I imagine it's a huge deal.
That was the demo that we'll probably get, and that is also the very first thing that you will play in Forza Horizon 5 that we just saw.
Probably spend the most time working on those initial kind of opening 10 minutes or so. It really, we want to make a statement and set out what Forza Horizon 5 is, what it's going to offer, what great things you're going to experience over the rest of the game, but condensed down into, in that instance, an 8-minute run. So you see loads of the world, you see different cars, different driving experiences.
Forza is Xbox and PC
real,
exclusive.
Like, buffet of flavors.
So will not be on PlayStation.
Yes. Smorgasbord, yes.
Yeah, it was really a challenge to try to show as much as we wanted to show without showing everything and fitting in within the nice 8-minute time that we wanted for the initial drive.
I love it. So we're actually going to take a quick look back at the highlights of that gameplay in case you missed it. So let's take it away.
Cool. We get to watch it again. Fantastic. I actually don't mind this. I want to look deeper and see if there's anything we maybe missed. Oh, okay, never mind. We're just going through it a little bit quick. That's fine by me. Dude, I am so excited for that dirt track. That looks so fun. Definitely going to be doing some races there. I see them answer Shanian's question. Yeah. Imagine they do. The dust storm's going to be interesting for sure. Yeah, so it's Xbox and PC only. So no PlayStation. The whole game really does look good. Well, keep in mind, you're also going down the mountain, like you're flying really fast. So don't expect the Bronco to just normally be going 180 miles an hour. That would be cool. Rock climbing. Best Horizon game? Without a doubt. 1000% best Horizon game they have made thus far. Yeah, no, that's what it reminds me of, Braden, is little snow track in Blizzard Mountains. Out of Jack's house. But I live here. Hide and seek in the dust storms? It's not a bad idea. Praying so hard right now.
And that's the start of the game. So you do your initial drive. After all the adrenaline floods through you after that, you actually then get to select your first car, which is what we are now looking at the moment. So
we
can
get
you
to
talk
see the
us through
first
the cars that we have on the smorgasbord
Somebody
right
was
now,
asking about
and
that
why
earlier.
they're here as well? Why did we go for these three?
our second
Justin,
smorgasbord in
Yeah.
20 minutes.
I'm going to say it 5 more times. You can count.
Right, okay.
I feel like
well,
it. I just decided to add it.
Keep track in the chat if Charlie does it.
I don't know how I feel about these being the first cars.
So these are the 3 cars you can choose from at the start of the game. First up is the Chevrolet C8 Corvette. The car looks absolutely stunning. The insane grip that it manages to hold means it is like a really great car to start the game in. It allows you to go super, super fast, but it basically never breaks traction. Next up, we have the Ford Bronco, one of our cover cars. Basically the hottest SUV of the year.
No one's going to choose that, I'm going to be honest.
A car that I would say needs no introduction, but we gave it a pretty cool introduction 2 weeks ago on the previous Let's Go stream. But yes, it is
so these are the very first cars that we will get in Forza, which in my opinion is kind of whack. That is way too much for being the first cars.
In previous Horizons, we had a similar layout of cars at the start of the game, but you can only pick one. It was a bit like choosing your starter Pokemon. This time, whichever one you pick, actually all 3 get added to your garage. So whether you pick the Supra or the Bronco,
too much for the first cars,
but a decision that you have to live with the consequences of for as long as you want to stay in that car, as the other ones will be in your garage and go jump into them whenever you like.
Wonderful.
What's up, Just You
So
good?
we are going with the
homie?
Bronco first. And here we go.
The detail is kind of sick, though, regardless. They really chose the Bronco.
Letting it all soak in. This is so exciting. What a huge moment this is when you start a Forza game as well.
A shot.
This is probably where I spend the most time, is just picking my license plate.
Well, you got to make Ford happy, I guess.
Even though I know I could change it later, it's just...
Oh, absolutely.
It still feels like it's a decision of consequence, isn't it? And you're going with the default. You didn't force us all to sit here watching him select his name. I guess we should intro Andy.
Yeah, so for anyone wondering, you will hear an additional voice on stream today, and that is the wonderful Andy, who is going to be playing, or actually doing the gameplay today. But we decided we didn't want him on camera, so he's just sat off to the side. He looks excellent. If anyone's
you may get a sneak peek of him at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, baby steps.
Yeah,
work my way up to being on camera.
You'll be on the sofa next time, we promise. Okay, so we've picked the car, we picked the license plate. We're going to our first showcase event.
About to see the
What
festival.
is this going to be? Talk us through what we're about to drive up to.
Yeah, so we've taken part in the initial drive. We've just seen.
Okay, well, that's not as much as I was hoping to see, but that's still all right,
And
I
we
guess.
thought, well, what next? Let's go race against that cargo plane. And so this is a showcase event in which we will take on that cargo plane.
Perfect. And we're also hearing some characters.
Justin, that's
talking
literally
during
the
this drive
point
as well.
of a starter car.
Who were they? Do we recognize them? Are they
Again,
new?
I still think it's whack. but
The voice you can hear right now is
that interstate
Scott
entrance
Tyler,
is
the
cool.
only character to have appeared
Kinda reminds me of
in
FH1.
all 5 Horizon games. He is our
True.
resident DJ on Horizon Base Arena. He's also the hype man at the festival. And in this instance, if I wasn't talking over it, you'd have heard him saying that he's just been pulled off mic. He's been dragged out of the booth for a reason that might become obvious in just a few minutes' time. We're also in Mullahay now as well, right?
Yeah, we're in Mullahay,
definitely
which is
FH3
very,
vibes.
this town that's
and I'm
right
not
in the middle of
complaining.
the living desert.
That was a
very.
I just saw
nice
dualies
truck
on that truck, bro.
And just outside the town.
If that's an AI car, that is sick.
Some festival goers.
What are they doing here?
Yeah.
Like an extended cab F-150 or something is what that was.
I'm really excited. I
That's
won't lie
cool.
to you. There's something so exhilarating about
No, we don't. I don't think we get all 3. I mean, I might have heard
What's it like
incorrectly, but I
actually
think
making
they said
a
we
showcase?
only get to
Especially
choose one.
following the ones, for me, the ones that resonate with me the most is Forza Horizon 4. So how does that compare to
dually,
making
bro.
5? I imagine there's an element of one-upping yourself, right?
Oh yes, loading screen.
How do we do 4 again?
I actually
but
like
bigger
this
and
loading
better?
screen. I'm not gonna lie.
That
It's kinda
exact
sick.
sentiment applies to almost the entire game, and it is absolutely a challenge. And some people have said
Yeah, the
that
graphics are
we need to
nuts
stop
in
treating
this
that as a strategy because we will reach a point where we won't be able to one-up ourselves. But right now, we feel like that is future Playground Games' problem, and not one that we need to worry about because I think this probably is one of our most spectacular showcases we've put together so far. Andy actually designed this, so Andy, our resident driver, who you may hear the voice of very soon.
Oh yeah, way better than FH4
was
is
actually the level
100%.
designer who put this showcase together. So if anybody can drive it in a perfect fashion, it will be him.
That's Addis.
No pressure. Yeah, thanks.
It's also a new car, isn't it, Andy?
Yeah. This is Ken Block's V2 Escort Cosworth.
That's cool.
It's an amazing car built with sort of modern rally specs in mind, with all the aerodynamics and insane grip that those cars have these days. And of course, an amazing
FH2 vibes a little
Amazing
bit for sure.
livery, which says Forza Horizon on it as well, which is lovely. Yeah, it's It's not. Is it like 300 horsepower?
Yeah, I think it's 370 horsepower.
Okay, 370. So not crazy powerful, but super lightweight, and can really move. Because it's light as well, the brakes are awesome. So even in some of the tricky driving maneuvers you'll have to pull in a minute, it is possible to slow
Horizon
down
5 will not
really
be on
fast.
PS5.
Yeah, and Ken Block's Gymkhana videos are a massive inspiration for me as well.
Oh wow! What, for the
throughout
showcase
creative
event?
Process. Yeah,
Oh.
it was something that I considered when I was sort of making it. If Horizon was to make one of the Gymkhana videos, you know, what would we do? So that's the sort of.
Now this is an old livery because it's on the Ford.
The event.
Bikes.
Right.
A plane becomes bikes.
Yeah. Perfect timing, right into Guanajuato, which is our main city in the game.
This is still cool though. We're seeing a lot of the map that we have never seen before. This is cool.
And just like we've shown in previous footage, Guanajuato is like super beautiful city with undulating roads and an underground tunnel network. There's actually
really
a mural right there.
Do we
by
go in the
Spake, one of
tunnels?
mural
Please
artists.
tell me we do.
Our Mexican mural artist. And yeah, I just love the color and
The city kind of reminds me of like a very colorful like FH2.
There you get a shot of the Guanajuato Basilica.
One of the most iconic buildings in all of Mexico.
Wow.
It's a stunning building.
Yeah.
You'd storm past it in Hoover. Look at the colours as well. I will never forget you said this to me
Yeah,
on
the city
stream
looks really good,
previously. All the houses being different shades, and it's so gorgeous.
Yeah, and you can't have the same color house next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
See, here's the thing. They obviously have bikes there, so like, it at least shows that
How did they all take in their own
for
little
the most part,
off-routes as
they
well?
have the bike
Just
physics
sort of like
there.
coming out of nowhere.
So in theory, I
That's the
think
thing
they
about these,
could
showcase
add
opponents.
like,
They will do anything.
motorcycles to Forza.
Always up to tricks, aren't they, Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really hope 400Z's in the game. That'd be sick.
You've always got to keep the player second guessing. what's
Hype
going
is
on.
up there.
We're right up in the northern tip of the map at the moment as well.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, we'll get a glimpse of the canyon, but we'll take a closer look later.
He's skydiving now? What the?
What happened there?
What
So
are we
that
even
bike knew he'd
driving
been-
on? Is this
he knew
Hot
he didn't have a
Wheels?
chance. So he has
heck?
he has switched to a wingsuit for the final stretch.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
Oh, very good.
If he wouldn't have pulled his
Probably had to
parachute.
beat if he was willing to face plant into the road there. He had to pull his chute. And
That UI
You have to
is
make a
kinda cool.
choice at that point, don't you? Whether you want to win or whether you want to survive the race. Oh, that was incredible. Can you give us any more hints? Obviously, the showcases are so amazing. Can you give us any hints of maybe other showcases that we've got coming up? Or, I don't know, what you're happy to say?
Well, I don't want to spoil it. We've still got so much more to talk about. We do
Yeah, that
have
was
4
cool.
showcases in the game.
It
One that
reminds
I am
me of the
particularly excited
Fast and
about is
Furious
the train
plane
showcase.
chase in
We have a train
FH2.
showcase in every Horizon game, but I think this time it really is the best train showcase we have ever done, and I'm really excited to show it off, but that is for another day.
I'm looking forward to that. So what are we going to look at next? I think we're going to start talking about some of the cars, and we're starting with one in particular, and that is the Bronco.
Yeah, we can look at the Bronco. Yeah. So we drove the Bronco to the showcase. We are still in the Bronco now.
Yep.
If the guys want to pick the feed back up. So we're still playing through the start of the game, and Haley, one of our characters, has called us up and asked us to head back to the festival. And obviously, as you can see, we are still in the Bronco.
They updated
Perfect car for chilling out on a nice leisurely drive like this one, but also a perfect car for heading across the desert or tearing up through the
Or
jungle.
heading towards that dust storm in the distance.
Or heading towards a dust storm. That is also a totally valid option.
And send.
Is
Miguel,
that
please don't
engulfed
spam.
the festival? Is those the hot air balloons you can see just in front of you?
Yes, good call actually, Charlie. So we always put those hot air balloons above the festival so that oftentimes you can't see the festival because it might be quite low lying versus your position. But whenever you see the hot air balloons, then you'll know that it's one of the festival sites and you can head over towards them. So it gives you that kind of vertical notification that there's a really cool thing you can go and explore there.
I'd be worried if I was them with this weather looming.
About to get lost in that dust storm, aren't we?
You bought a ticket for the day and you see that in the distance.
You can use
Oh,
your skill
got some
point
car
here
Andy's getting a
to unlock
perk.
perks.
Cool.
Every
We get
car
those back.
has its own set.
Cool, so here's the festival.
Bonuses.
Skill points.
There's a very intimidating dust storm looming in the background.
Yeah.
But that is our first view of the Horizon Festival. I think that's the first time we've shown it.
I want to see more.
So what's Haley talking us through here then? We've just revealed something on the map.
Yes, so still at the start of the game.
I want to see the stages.
We've completed that showcase event, we've headed back to the festival, and now Haley is giving us the option of taking part in one of these 2 Horizon stories.
Okay.
So the one at the bottom there with the VW badge is called Vocho, where we'll team up with Alejandra, who's one of our Mexican characters, to help her search for a lost abandoned car, which is the Beetle. The Mexican name for the Beetle is the Vocho. The camera icon is a story called El Camino, in which we will team up with a Mexican photographer called Carmen, and we'll head out, in this instance, into the storm, so into that dust storm that we could just see, and take some awesome photos inside the dust storm.
Amazing.
Dude, if the demo was available today, I am getting absolutely no work done today.
We're not even going to do one of those. All right, then.
I don't think that would happen. I don't think they would release it.
So what is it we're going to jump into now, then?
I think we're going to dip away.
I'm going to dip the feed. Andy's going to do a quick car swap, and then we will take a better look at the AMG one, I think.
The AMG. Okay, so what can you tell us about the AMG while we're waiting to get it all set up then?
So, yes, alongside the Bronco, it is our other cover car, and frankly, just one of the coolest, most hottest cars in the world right now.
Absolutely.
It's built by Mercedes AMG. They've taken all of the incredible technology from their Formula One cars and put it into a car that is entirely road legal.
I would imagine the demo would probably be mid to late October.
Incredible, despite basically having the performance of a Formula One car.
Yeah.
It looks incredible, doesn't it? Like
it's the shape of it is stunning.
The shark fin on there, which to me looks like that's there purely to show off, but Andy assures me that there are real performance benefits to it.
And there's this new icon right in the bottom right as well. What's this?
Ah, yes.
Please explain what this is.
So one of the particularly awesome things about this car is if you were to purchase this car,
cool.
It comes with a couple of modes. And it's quite common for performance cars to have different modes, but they don't.
Oh, sorry, mate.
They don't always. They're not always as cool as this. So on the steering wheel, there's a button that you can press which swaps you from track mode to street mode. So if Andy gives it a click. We're currently in track mode and we'll transition to street mode. So you see those fins over the wheel arch close, the spoiler dips down and the car actually raises on its suspension. So if you need to get over a speed bump or pull up into your drive, then you might put it into
this mode.
if
I mean, because clearly bags are possible now, then.
Looks a bit sleeker. The cool thing about that is you can just click that button whenever as you're driving around the world, and it really changes the performance of the car as well.
I was about to ask how you would actively use it in Forza. Actually, was there a Sunday drive version of the car versus a race mode?
That is literally what it is, to be honest. This probably isn't the place that car would mostly be at home.
I genuinely think bags are possible now. So
farmers' polytunnels, wrecking all the crops.
I don't know.
But yeah,
DC specs. I have a 2070 Super i9 9900K,
and apparently is
32 gigabytes RAM
through a farm field.
Then, as you can tell, we're in a new biome that we haven't shown before, which is the Mexican farm field, which is, I guess, farmland is a staple of Horizon games by now, and definitely for Forza Horizon 5, we have some unique Mexican crops, which Andy will drive by. I think we saw him driving through some agave previously.
What are we going to go trash now? What's this?
So these are Mexican beans.
Oh.
Yeah, bean plants.
Beans. You got
a rough harvest around.
I think it's worth saying as well at this juncture that we are currently looking at Xbox Series X gameplay, but it is a development build. So if you happen to spot any weird little quirks and bugs, then that is purely because it's a development build.
Development for you.
Yeah. Hey, it might even crash. We'll hopefully.
Let's not tempt fate with that one.
More beans, and here we have some another crop, sorghum. And the cool thing with sorghum, because it's so tall and you could squash them, you could actually make some really awesome crop signs in the fields.
Leave messages for other players.
You can leave messages.
All right. Well, we all know what we're gonna draw on the field.
And contrary to what Andy may have made you believe, there are actually roads within the farmland as well.
It's just a great car to just toot around everywhere. I don't know. This looks like my go-to sort of, I'm just going to drive really fast over a hill and get somewhere car.
I think right now we'll cut away and just do a little switch.
Oh, we're on to the next car, are we? Okay, so the
track
next
mode
one,
/
what's
street
this? What are
mode
we gonna be
button
looking
will
at?
also be convertible button.
We are going to check out the 967 Mark I Ford Escort. So from going from one of the hottest, newest cars in the world, we're going to take a look at something a little bit more of a classic motor. And there it is, the Mark I Ford Escort, an absolute icon, honestly. I think Andy's going to tell us a bit more about this one. Andy, what's cool about this?
Okay, so this is quite a fitting car because this car took part in a rally in 1970 from the UK to Mexico.
Okay.
So I guess that's sort of a Horizon 4 to 5 transition there.
That's kind of funny, actually.
Interesting
yes,
lore
it's
about
a 16,000-mile rally across the world there, and and this car won.
Yeah, that's
so
100% a
based
new
on
kit.
Mark I Escort RS 1600, which they beefed up to handle all of the.
I'm trying to
all
keep
of the
an eye on
terrain
like
that
the
it would,
AI
it would
cars
have
and the
to
cars
handle across
driving
the
by to
world.
see if there's anything
And
new.
it did such a fantastic job at it.
Those wheel arches are amazing, aren't they? For the time, they look really kind of modern.
Yeah, so the big bubble style rally arches. It's got on the front of it, if I try and not hit anything, the big bull bar, sort of rough bumper on the back as well, and the little individual lights which are different to the factory car as well. So everything just to make it, as easy to fix on the road.
Dude, that truck on the right, that's kind of sick.
And where is it that we're at now? This is over by the coast, isn't it?
F-250,
yeah, so
bro.
we just transitioned from farmland through a little bit of jungle, and now we're at actually at the tropical coast.
That's actually sick,
I think we'll
seeing
do
the ocean like that.
Another car switch right now.
Oh, wait, look at that.
Yeah.
That's just as we dip the feed. We'll look at that. We'll take a look at that in a second.
Okay, so up next is another car, and this is going to be, I'm gonna say it, another Bronco.
This is this is another Bronco. There are actually 4 separate versions of the Bronco in the game. All awesome.
Cool.
All have their own personalities and reasons for being there. This one's a Baja one, isn't it, Andy? This is
that's right.
Yeah, this Bronco's cool.
Yes, we have obviously the Bronco Badlands is on the cover. We have the classic 1975 Bronco. We have the Bronco Ultra 4, which was actually in the initial drive as well. You kind of do a jump over the Porsche 911 in the jungle section.
I thought I just heard a
this
cat
one, which is
scream
the,
or something, bro.
Andy, please.
Yeah.
These people are on holiday.
No, I think they're holding back on a lot.
So yeah, the tropical coast is definitely one.
I think there's a lot of
compared to
cars
the
they're not
west,
showing us right
the Rocky
now.
Coast, definitely like the ideal.
Which makes
kind of
sense. They have to like
vacation
spread out
destination,
the
ideal,
announcements until the
visual
release
you see
date,
when,
since we're so
thinking
far
Mexico.
away still.
And as perfect postcard it does look at the moment, if you're playing in storm season, this is one of the areas that can, when the weather conditions are right, can have tropical storms, which turn it from this perfect paradise into a really kind of like intense, exciting, and visceral like storm experience.
Wow.
Which is a really cool thing to just drive through.
The idea of calling it a perfect paradise after Andy's been through.
I know, right?
I want to meet Mike Brown. He seems like a cool
It's
dude.
ironic, isn't it?
And I guess we'll do another
car change.
Yeah.
So many car changes here. So the next one, where are we going next? What have we got?
We have got the Ford F450 Super Duty, which is a pretty exciting car for us as well, isn't it? It's an absolutely massive truck. It's a dually as well, so it's got 4 wheels on that back axle, like two wheels side by side each side. Means it's just got like ridiculous grunt in the back.
This'll be cool.
Can go over any terrain, and it's absolutely massive.
That is a big, Look at that. So what's that?
Big boy for sure.
To me, that tells me that's an off-road vehicle, right? I'm trying to think, like, in a very sort of way, like, what I would pick this car to do, like, cross-country or those sort of, like, off-road races, right?
This is cool.
I think certainly in the game, that is probably where you take it. I think in real life, you'd probably...
I think that this
could
is
also be a work
Forza,
truck
bro.
or even an
Kinda
everyday
weird.
truck if you're a truck person. But yeah, it's certainly it's got that Ford tough DNA, hasn't it? So yeah, it's built for the road, built for off-road, built for doing your work in it, built for chucking all your camping gear in the back or a jet ski or something.
Everyone's
Best
camping
car
gear
in the
back.
game. Yeah, that's the car I'm gonna do the 50-lap
stumble
Goliath
upon
with.
one of our ambient trucks or buses around the world, so you can see just how big this thing is.
It is massive.
Yeah, it's 6.7 litre diesel engine. It's got 1,000 foot-pound of torque, which is just insane. You could pull your whole house along if you wanted to.
Right. fit your house in the bed on the back.
Or that, yeah.
Yo,
Our little
FH5
English
Armor
houses.
Simulator.
American vehicle.
You gotta take care of the beams,
And where is it
bro.
on the map are we at the moment, Don?
So we are in Arid Hills, which is perfect to show off the off-roading and power of this F450.
Power, he says, as he's
and
struggling to
Arid
get
Hills
over
is
100 mile an
very
hour.
kind of wild with these dense pockets of trees, which makes it really fun to
Supermarket.
when you're beelining across the world to kind of just dodge some
I
trees.
know
and hit some
he
smashable
slowed down
ones.
there for a reason. What
so
is
it's a very
the
engaging
supermarket?
experience for driving around, and obviously you see there's a bunch of undulation as well. The Arid Hills actually sits
That truck
just
just said
outside of
supermarket.
Guanajuato.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
That's why Guanajuato is so undulating, because it's sat.
Sure.
It's
in,
probably like
in
a
nest of hills.
place to like
This is one of
buy
my favorite
cars
areas
cheap
to,
or something.
For Eliminator.
I don't know.
To
Interesting.
Grab a good off-road
Right.
car with a bit of suspension movement, and then just lurk around here. And any unsuspecting car which doesn't have that suspension movement can get eaten alive.
I love the idea of you guys just having like an afternoon where you're just
Well,
setting
yeah, I
each
know that's
other
where you
in
buy
the
food,
Eliminator.
but like
That is
that
absolutely
wouldn't
what
make
that's
sense in
Friday
Forza.
afternoons.
That's what I'm saying.
Love it. Is there any like unbeaten champions at the moment?
No, there's not anyone unbeaten. It's quite hard, I think, to stay unbeaten in Eliminator when there's so many players.
And then here we're transitioning into the canyon biome.
And we haven't seen the canyon yet either on stream, have we?
No, we haven't seen it since the
That's
E3
right.
demo.
Yeah,
so yeah, it's.
And now we are on the road that the
an
Goliath will
absolute-
be on.
Andy.
Forgot that it's a very heavy truck. So yeah, I think this road here is going to be a part of the Goliath.
Yeah.
Switch up.
So we're going to go through the canyon with another new car. And what's this one going to be?
So we saw a few Fords. Now we're going to check out the Porsche Macan Rally Raid. So this, as you can see, is this isn't a Macan as you would pick it up from the showroom. This is one that's been built by LP Racing, as it says on the back, who are actually kind of an aftermarket provider of motorcycle
cool, I
parts
guess.
for like really performance motorcycles. But they also have a motorsports arm
You need to
that
buy
do
food and water
motorcycle
to
racing
survive.
and also endurance car racing. And this is one of the cars that they've built for. Is it for the Baja?
This is more sort of Dakar style.
Dakar,
racing,
sorry.
But, yeah, it's quite cool. It's, if the Escort Mexico was the sort of 1960s version, this is the modern version of the Go Anywhere.
Yeah, this
endure
will 100%
everything racing style.
Okay. I was gonna say that's 100%. This is 100% gonna be the Goliath road.
Yeah.
Or part of it.
I showed him how to do it.
That's funny.
So Don, what can you tell us about the canyons as we go through it here? It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, so the canyon's really all about scale and just the impressive
This
rock
reminds me of some
cliffing.
places out here
Kinda
in
just-
Washington. There's like some mountains that are kind of scaled like
actually,
that.
during sunset and
Kinda cool.
sunrises, you get amazing
Drunk
sunlight.
driving.
So I know.
Yeah, don't drive
for
drunk.
photographers, it's a great
Don't drink and
area
drive.
to get some photography.
Yeah, because of those huge like rock cliff faces as well. It's like one of the
This
best
bit here
locations in the
gives
game
me,
to
like,
really
FH1
interact with
vibes.
Ray traced audio.
Heavy
So if you're in a
FH1
car like this and
vibes.
you're flying along next to this rocky wall, you can just hear the sound of your engine like bouncing off the wall and coming back at you. It really makes everything feel like you're nestled in a real place. Sneak peek of the train tracks as well.
Oh yeah.
I want more beans.
Just looks like a really fun place to drive through. It's like because of the hills, it doesn't tell me there's a lot of shortcuts over this area. So actually, it's the type of place where you just enjoy being on the road.
Yeah, it is right. This is one of the places where, in real life, you'd go there just for the drive.
Exactly.
Yeah, you weren't actually going anywhere. You just drove there, drove the roads, and then we're like.
For the
"Let's drive
Goliath,
it."
this
Go
road
up a bit of
looks
nature.
really cool though. Not gonna lie.
Off-road.
Yeah.
Oh, train track again.
There we go. Do you know where you're going, Andy?
Just about.
I mean, that's the great thing about the canyon. You have like a good off-road experience, plus you have a good on-road experience as
Yeah.
well. In parallel.
Let's try and get back on road again.
Oh, train track again. Don't stay there too long.
Right.
And yeah.
We're going to check out another car.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've got one more to
Yes,
go
please.
through.
Ooh.
And this is staying in the Porsche family. This one, isn't it now?
It's by the
yes.
Taycan.
So that one was the Porsche Macan. That was a purpose-built racing machine. This one is a car that
Yes, sir.
it's not an everyday car, but it's one that normal people can purchase if they walked into a Porsche dealer, unlike the previous vehicles. This is the Porsche Taycan Turbo S, which is Porsche's brand new performance electric vehicle.
So actually the second electric car on the stream today as well.
Yes, so the AMG One is a hybrid, so it's got an electric motor. This is 100% electric, and
it does kind of look like some
frankly a fantastic car. So the way Porsche have approached this with their very first EV is they wanted to.
This really reminds me of
FH1
though.
Of a 911, but in an electric vehicle.
Colorado,
and that's especially difficult because it obviously has to have a massive battery and weighs about 2.4 tons.
I'm a giraffe.
And despite that pretty incredible weight, it 0 to 60s in 2.6 seconds, top speed 160. It's, I haven't had the joy of driving one, unfortunately, but apparently drive basically just like a 911.
I mean, for most of these cars, we already kind of knew they were in the game, but this is like the first gameplay we're getting of
it's nice to know Andy drives like me too.
Of these cars, which is still cool.
I thought it was in the UK again.
Celebrity owners include Will Smith. And apparently, someone told me just before we came on air, Bill Gates has one as well.
Oh, as you do.
Yeah, so perhaps not the car for
everybody,
but it's
but maybe your dreams can one day come true.
Exactly.
And if not,
I genuinely think there is a lot of like cars that we don't know are in the game that they're holding back on.
Thank you. I like that little area on the corner there.
So you've driven it, Andy. Does it do it? Did it feel like a 911?
Mountain road.
Oh,
here.
absolutely. It's
Yeah.
Incredible car.
One thing I wanted to point out here was butterflies.
Butterflies?
So actually... you
can barely see them through the pixelation, but they're there.
In Mexico, there's a big monarch butterfly migration that happens in the canyon areas. We kind of represented that in our game as well.
This is such a stunning additional element to add, because it would only be if you go and stop here you would see that, because so many people are like bombing through it all. But that's so authentic. I love it. Look at them all.
Yeah, so you'll experience this in the spring season, and then it won't be there in spring, obviously, but yeah.
Lovely. I think we wanted to drop one more, because there was one more bit we wanted to show. I don't know how to set this up. What do you guys want? What are we going to do now?
So we actually revealed this car on social media last week, and
the Sierra RX3.
Give it a very brief run around. This is the Sierra RX3. It's a UTV, so super off-road vehicle, but it also is actually really high performance on asphalt as well. It can do both types of racing. Incredible suspension travel if Andy wants to give it a whirl.
They instantly spin into a barrier. Yeah.
A lot of power going to the rear wheels only, so it's a bit of a handful. Yeah, but there's just we're heading up into the arid hills now, which again is just I think the perfect location to show some of the cool stuff that this particular car can do.
Butter Doug.
As Andy decides.
So this is legit a Rocket League car in real life.
All right, there we go.
Amazing. But that's the very authentic Forza experience. Thank you so much, Andy. Right, well, with that, we're actually going to move over to arguably one of my favorite parts of the stream. We are now going to look at some community questions. The questions today are going to come from chat. So if you haven't typed a question into chat yet, make sure you do it now, and it might get answered on stream. The first half, are actually going to come from Twitter and your social posts, where this week
answer Shiny Odds question.
Forza and what people wanted to know. So up first, we've got a question from Fireheart561, who asks, who's Haley and what happened to Kira?
That can't be from Twitter, because we only just revealed who Haley is on this.
Oh, well, that's a good
yeah. So Kira is still looking after the festival in Britain. She's still at the Forza Horizon 4 festival. Haley is her good friend, who is filling a similar role at the Mexico festival. So she's one of the first group of Horizon people who've arrived in Mexico to set up this new festival.
Perfect. Wonderful. I've now dawned on me that these questions are actually from chat. So if we keep that in mind going forward, we'll forget the bit I just said. The next question comes from Mink WR, who asks, I have a question. Is the game cross-play so Xbox users can join PC users?
Yes.
Yes, but Steam will function the same way Forza Horizon 4 did, so it won't be cross-save, but it will be cross-play.
Perfect. Wonderful. Nice and simplistic. Right. Next question comes from Wolf Sealers, who asks, will we be able to toggle our cars as a favorite?
Yes, you will. It will function very similar to how it did in Forza Horizon 4.
Wonderful. I love that it's just like a really passionate community making sure that all of their favorite features are still there. That's essentially what this segment is. I love it. Okay, the next one comes from Oof. Thank you. Who asks, is there a moving train on the map? Yes, there is. We have mentioned it, but I don't know if you want to give some more detail while Oof is in chat about the map, about the train.
Don, do you want to take that one? Yes,
I mean, there is.
I can't talk about the train.
We just saw the train track in the canyon there.
Yes.
We've also mentioned that you will race against it in the showcase event.
These questions are questionable.
Wonderful. And the final question from chat seems to come from King Sean, who simply asks, is that a Supra?
Yes, Sean, it was a Supra. Back at the start of the stream, yes, we showed a Supra in that initial car select, and that will be added to your garage at the start of the game for
I'm going to be honest, those were horrible
now, these
questions.
are the questions that did actually come from social media. The first one comes from Forza Horizon 5 UK, who asks, will we get Forza Horizon stories, and if so, how many? So we've seen a couple today, but can you share any more information?
Yeah, so we saw a couple. We saw Vocho and we saw El Camino. There are several more in the game. I'm going to hold fire on that one, though, and cover that one in a later stream, I think. So, yes, Horizon Stories are absolutely still
chat was glitching there, because I already hid them.
Before, but I think
I already banned that account, that bot.
The next question comes from Rare Gliscore1, who
anyway,
says,
moving on.
how extensive is the tunnel system under Guanajuato? And are there entrances to the city from outside through those tunnels?
So there are no entrances through those tunnels into the city, but it is the most extensive tunnel network in the game. It's about 2 kilometers of length. Yeah, so a lot of tunnel.
Wonderful. Scottish Pancake asks, Dear Forza, I love this. This question is so polite. Dear Forza, I do not know if you've answered this question before, but but what seasons will be in Forza Horizon 5? Will they be the same as Forza Horizon 4, or will
we
there be
already got
new
the
and
answer
different
to
seasons
this,
introduced
though.
to correlate
We
with
already
the new
know
setting?
this.
That is a thorough question, which there's little room for maneuver other than answering it directly.
If someone typed that on social media, that's the most eloquent I've ever seen someone be on social media.
That's probably 2 tweets.
Yeah. Count the characters on that.
Like, to be honest, we've kind of already got the answers to this.
Are
Like,
still very
I don't know why
an important part of the game. I think we mentioned a few times
they're
about different
answering
things
it
you can
again.
see in different seasons. We, as posed in the question, yes, we have tried to replicate the seasonality of Mexico. We have in the game, it'll still say spring, summer, autumn, winter, but then each one of them is suffixed with a line that explains what it is in that country. So autumn is storm season, winter is dry season, spring is hot season, and summer is wet season, which allows people from a temperate climate like us in Europe or in Canada like Don to be like, what even are seasons in Mexico?
Yeah,
And
someone pretty much
right out of the
asked,
box,
will
it
there
says,
be a moving train?
Winter is dry season, so you can kind of
come
grasp
on.
straight away and kind of get a feel for what it's going to be like there. Because they have hardly any rainfall at all throughout the winter.
Interesting, I didn't know that.
Yeah, weirdly though, at the same time, at elevation, they do get snow. So
We've seen that on the volcano, right?
Yeah, exactly. So high areas like on top of the volcano, you'll still get snow.
Yeah, I think it also helps you let you know what season's next. You know, the following week. Just having spring, winter, summer, autumn.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Will there be cars?
So the next question comes from Cyrus Luna, who asks, I think that might be Sirius Luna actually, will there be a drift adventure at launch?
Yes, there will, Sirius Luna. So
I'm sure there will be. Like,
it won't be. We've changed multiplayer up a bit, so it's not online adventure anymore. It's now called the Horizon Open, and you'll be able to take on racing, games, drift, or the Eliminator as part of that. It's all been reframed to be as accessible and easy to get into, and easy to have a lot of fun in as possible.
Perfect, love that. Next question comes from Kiesler, who asks, we know about the new brake caliper painting, but will there be other upgrades to the paint/vinyl system?
Yes, so Don, do you wanna?
Yeah, so we reworked a lot of how the vinyls and paint system works. We streamlined it a lot just to give the users and players a lot more ease of use. So yeah, a lot of improvements there.
And if you're on Series S or X, we've also massively increased the resolution of your of your car paints as well. So whereas you used to get like kind of fuzzy lines around the edges of your decals, they'll be much smoother now if you're on a Series S or X.
Brilliant, love that.
I wish they would actually
next
show us
question,
that, though.
what's the leveling system like? Is it like 3 with a certain number of levels, or are we going to have a prestige-based leveling system like 4? Curious to know.
Good question.
Yes, so we are going to cover the campaign in more detail on the next stream in 2 weeks' time.
Lovely.
But to answer the question more directly, the actual player leveling system is more like Forza Horizon 4's. The campaign is quite different, though, so we'll cover that off in the next stream.
Want to watch? If you want to come back and watch that one. Next question from asks, can you tell us more about the radio stations?
Yeah, so we actually heard a bit of music, didn't we, earlier on in the show as part of the initial drive. We heard there were actually original compositions for 3 sections of the initial drive there, from Plague Vendor in the farmland section to Luxury in the jungle section and Metric in the final section. And there's quite a few more original compositions throughout the game where we've contacted artists who typically have been a part of Horizon in the past, where we've licensed some of their music and asked them if they could create brand new pieces for us that are curated to particular gameplay experiences. In terms of the radio station more broadly, we'll go into more detail on that on a future stream, I think.
Perfect. I want to know a lot about that as well, so I'll keep you posted on that. Finally, I understand we have a question from a celebrity, our old friend Tommy Bargains, who asked, I won't do the accent, they want to know, I can't wait to enjoy Forza Horizon 5. Thank you, Tommy. I tried negotiating with Playground Games to get super early access, but they drive a hard bargain. Is there a way I can somehow feel the magic of Forza Horizon 5 in Forza Horizon 4 today?
Yes, Tommy Bargains. Yes, there is. That is a thing that you can do. So if you log into Forza Horizon 4 now, go over to Message Center, or at least I hope it's now. Go over to Message Center, and you will have received a gift. That gift is a VW Golf R, but it's not just any normal VW Golf R. This is one that has been adorned with a beautiful livery created by using some of our murals from Forza Horizon 5. So you can get a little taste of Forza Horizon 5 in Forza Horizon 4 right now. So go and get it, Tommy Bargains, I guess.
Really?
Well, there you have it. If you don't have Forza Horizon 4, you can actually go download it from Game Pass right now if you didn't already know. So for Tommy and everyone else who does, please keep an eye on your in-game message center to receive this beautiful mural art-inspired liveried car. And unfortunately, that is all we have time for today. So to keep up with the latest Forza Horizon 5 news, updates, and details on more Let's Go live streams by following the Forza Horizon social channels. And please stay tuned to the Forza channels tomorrow for Forza Monthly for all the latest on the Forza universe. Thanks for tuning in today. See you next time. As always, everyone, adios.
Bye.
Bye. No, that's cool though. Okay, I want to quickly go back and I want to see if I saw that right. Whenever he drove past it, I want to see if I can find the bit where he drove past the supermarket truck or whatever it was.
All of the terrain that
modern.
Yes, so the big bubble style rally arches is
It's like here.
Trees and wild with these dense pockets of
Driving down prices. Okay, so I would imagine that's probably going to be like a place where you can buy maybe like used cars or just cars in general where it's just cheaper. Probably like the auction house, I suppose, but a little bit different maybe. That's interesting.
Trees, which makes it really fun to when you're beelining across the world.
Definitely pretty
dodge
interesting.
Some trees and hit some smash.
Overall, I mean, like this cover for the game, I don't mind it. Like, I'm gonna be honest though, the car looks a bit weird. I don't know what it is, but it just kind of looks a little fake. Like, it is a little bit too saturated. I don't know. There's just something about it that just kind of looks a bit off to me. But, like, it's very colorful. For a video game, it's definitely a good, like, cover. I think it's pretty decent. For what it's worth. Oh, maybe that. I don't know. I mean, maybe Halifax. I don't know. That's not a bad thought. No shadows under the car. Maybe that's what it is. There's something about it. Like, you can kind of see a shadow here since the lighting comes down from over here. So I mean, it kind of like shadow placing kind of makes sense. You would think it'd be like here under the car, but it's just like the lighting is coming from over here, so kind of makes sense. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see more of that dirt track, though. I want to try and find that bit. Wait, where was it? here, wasn't it? I want to take a look at this quickly. See, like, imagine having, like, dirt bikes and, like, going around this bend here. That'd be cool. Or just, like, you know, just going around this track in general. That'd be cool. I've definitely got some cool video ideas that I want to do here. So, that'll be fun. Maybe Gabriel, I don't know. Why isn't it silver? Are you talking about the Project 1? So the base Project 1 is silver, but I'm pretty sure I think it's because it's like the Forza edition. It's red, or I think it's like a certain option or certain like model of the Project 1 that's red. I don't remember how it works though. I don't know how they classify it. Yeah, I mean, I think a WRC video, like if I were to do a WRC video, I'd want to like actually have a cool like rally track, because this is definitely cool, and I'll definitely make some like videos around on here. But I think like actually having like a full like rally route would be kind of sick. So it's definitely a video I have planned though. Don't worry about it. It'll be fun. Oh, this is the Rocket League song. Gold edition? What do you mean? Servers got shut down for good. They were literally just talking about it on the Xbox thing. I didn't hear that they were getting shut down though. If that's true, that's unfortunate. Yeah, this is more of like I mean, it's still gonna be fun to like race around here and have like circuit races around here, but in terms of WRC, it doesn't really, not as fitting, but I see what you mean. I definitely have videos planned for both ideas, WRC and just racing around here and whatnot. Yo, what's up, Cooper? How you doing, man? Yeah, I know. These next, like, 2 months are gonna not be fun. And timeout. Don't spam. It's like, there we go. It's taking a second. Chat's being slow today. Trust me, I tried to time them out a while ago, but it only just now kicked in. Yeah, no, I do hope there is more of a story, but I think with the way that they did it in FH4, like the Horizon stories, I don't know. Air 12 already uploaded? That doesn't surprise me. I'm just gonna watch that on stream. I'm sorry, Nick, but maybe there's information that he somehow has that we didn't know before.
Back to Forza Horizon 5. Today is a...
It's not that he's fast, it's that I'm pretty confident that he's given this information early. I'm pretty sure they tell him this stuff early and then like give him gameplay early and whatnot, so he can literally spend the last few days editing this video and like have it ready to go. And then literally as soon as the stream ends, he could just put it up because the video's already made. So they only do that for a handful of people, but like Playground Games, please give me early info. I love you guys, please.
Super special day, because today we have not one but 2 Forza Horizon 5 gameplay videos. In this video, we're gonna jump deep into the Forza Horizon 5 opening sequence, featuring 4 very special cars, a cargo plane, your first look at a Forza Horizon 5 dust storm, and side note, I was able to ask the developers some of your guys' questions, and some of the answers I got were absolutely insane.
Well, hopefully they're better questions than what we're asked on stream.
Change everything about
cool.
Horizon. So sit back and relax. This is gonna be a cool one.
Real quick, before we do
get into this video,
I just realized my face cam is over his face.
1 hour or 2
Hold on.
hours from when this video goes up, I'm gonna be uploading a second Forza Horizon 5 video featuring some never before seen gameplay, some brand new customization, and some new cars. So if you want to see that, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss it. Also, yeah, if you guys have any more questions for the Forza Horizon 5 developers, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll do my best to ask them. So without further ado, let's jump
I'm pretty sure
into
Jack
this
like
new
knows some
Forza
stuff
Horizon
early, but he
5
just doesn't
gameplay.
really make
This
news
is the
videos
opening
on
of the
it.
game.
So
Let me tell you a little bit about this before I go and answer any of those questions that changed the game. So, in this gameplay, you'll see this, the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands, as it gets dropped out of the rear of the cargo plane and lands on the volcano in winter. You'll notice as the Bronco drives down the volcano, it'll get warmer and warmer, and that snow will melt. Super cool. For those of you who don't know, I ordered a real-life Ford Bronco a couple of months ago, and I'm waiting for it to get delivered. So
this game looks really good when it's not on bad stream quality, which I'm sure the stream quality for you guys is still not as good, but like,
super cool. Not long
this
after
definitely
you
looks a
finish
lot
up
better
in the
than it
Ford
did on the
Bronco,
stream.
though, you'll jump into this, the Corvette
Okay, well, this is
C8
from the
with an
stream.
awesome Street Hunter wide body kit on it. We'll start ripping it through the desert and eventually arrive in the center of a massive dust storm. This is the first time we've seen what it's like to drive in the dust storms, and you literally cannot see anything. Once we finish up in the Corvette C8, we'll jump into the Porsche Desert Flyer as we rip it through the jungle. Again, an awesome looking car. And finally, we'll jump into this, the Mercedes AMG Project 1, as we rip it down the coast. And spoiler alert,
yeah, for sure,
this car
Halifax, have a good one,
features
man.
a brand new gameplay element that's never been in a Forza game before. We'll come back to that in a second. Before we get into that, though, I did want to tell you about the crazy news that has dropped for Forza Horizon 5, and arguably the biggest news of all, the Forza Horizon 5 cover cars have officially been revealed. And coming into this, we had massive expectations. People were like, maybe it's that Lamborghini Countach that was shown off. Maybe it's
not Jerome. This is Air 12's video.
Maybe it's
this
even
isn't
a car
part of the
that
stream.
hasn't been revealed yet.
The stream already ended. I'm just watching this because he literally just uploaded it, so might as well.
As it turns out, it's the Mercedes AMG Project 1 and the Ford Bronco. Now, I'm not saying either of these cars are bad cars. Far from it. Both of these are amazing in their own right. But what I am saying is that I'm a little bit confused as to why the developers hype the cover up so much, only for it to end up being the first car that we ever saw for Forza Horizon 5.
That's a good point.
It's just a bit confusing,
I agree with
Let's
that.
move away from the confusing cover cars and talk about something that makes a little bit more sense. This is the Forza Horizon 5 limited edition controller. Not only does it look super cool, but it actually includes some pretty cool stuff when you purchase it. It includes a DLC that you can redeem in Forza Horizon 5 that's gonna give you some special edition character customization that's exclusive, and a 1932 Ford Deluxe Forza Edition. The developers did say the only way you can get this car is if you purchase the controllers. One way we might be able to get around that is if you snag one on the auction house, but heads up, it might actually be blocked from the auction house.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to put it on the auction house.
We don't know how to get this car just yet other than buying the controllers, so stay tuned. We'll find out. Let's
It's
move
kind of
away
like
from that,
Fortnite
though,
with
and talk
the
about these
NVIDIA
two
skins.
massive pieces
Pretty
of
cool.
information that we got today that are super cool, that make Forza Horizon 5 an insane game. Number one, it is confirmed driving modes are coming to Forza Horizon 5. For those of you who don't know, in real life, there's a lot of cars out there that can go into a race mode or a track mode, and the suspension of the car will lower it down to give it a lower center of gravity. And the rear wing will oftentimes come up.
Yeah, they'll have
to
ray
give the car
tracing
better
for
downforce
certain
through the
bits in
corners.
FH5.
That is going to be in Forza Horizon 5. The developers specifically called out the AMG Project 1. You know how we saw it all the way back in June when it was doing its little dance, lowering itself with the rear wing coming up? That is actually in the game. That was not any fancy like CGI stuff.
I'm not sure what you mean,
That is
Jerome.
real. Unfortunately, though, the developers didn't actually tell us what other cars would feature a race mode, so we'll have to wait and find out. I would imagine, though, we'll see race
Also,
modes for things like the McLaren
Nick, if you happen to see me watching this and don't want me to watch your videos on future streams, just DM me. Let me know.
Would probably have a race mode or a track mode. This also gets me thinking, are you going to be able to change the arrow
You just
on
have
more
good info on
normal
videos,
cars?
so.
Say, for example, the Audi RS7, the Porsche Panamera, or the Jaguar F-Type. are you going to be able to raise up their rear
This
wings?
looks.
They might
Oh,
not have the
this
same
intro bit is
race
cool.
mode as the other cars do.
I don't know how they
but
keep coming
they
back,
have
bro.
active arrows, so I'm not sure. We'll have
Please
to
just
wait
leave
and
us
see.
alone.
However, I can already see you typing your comment going, but does race mode actually change the handling of your car when you're driving it around? And yes, it does. Your cars will get more grip or more
What's up, Super Mario?
downforce, depending on what your car can do. Unfortunately, though, as it's such a new feature, there's still a lot of unknowns about it. For example, I don't know if it's going to change the PI of your car. Say, for example, you build your car to the top of S1 class. If you engage race mode, could your car jump up into S2 class? I don't know. I
That's
also
not a bad
noticed
question.
as you're actually driving around with the
That's a good
AMG
point.
Project 1, for example, there's nothing on the heads-up display that actually tells you if you're in race mode or like street mode or whatever. I don't know if that'll change in the future, so we'll
I mean,
have to
it's
see.
usually pretty
like
obvious,
I said,
but
a super new feature.
fair
As
point.
I get more information, I'll let you guys know how it works. One thing I can tell you is you can activate race mode by pressing a button.
Left
Not
stick.
sure what button just yet, so again, we
Left
will
stick.
have to
I mean,
see.
this is kind of already
Regardless,
known.
though, this is a
The
super
left stick.
awesome feature that we've been asking for such a
It's
long
this one
time,
right here.
and I'm
You
so
push it.
happy
You push it down.
It's finally coming to Forza Horizon 5.
What's up, Laura?
Speaking of really cool features, this next thing I'm going to talk about is arguably the biggest thing that has ever happened in the Forza Horizon franchise, and that is not an exaggeration. The event lab for Forza Horizon 5 has taken the place of blueprints and custom races from Forza Horizon 4. I'm sure if
Makes
you play
sense, I
Forza
guess.
Horizon 4, you've done custom events from other players on their custom racetrack. Well, the event lab for Forza Horizon 5 takes those custom races and upgrades them and turns them to 11. Because in the event lab, obviously, you can go and still create your custom racetracks. However, for the first time, you can place props. For example, jumps,
That's still cool, though.
massive turns,
The props thing is gonna be
awesome
fun.
bits of scenery, and so on. And that's not even the craziest bit, because in the event lab, you can create your very own game mode. In the event lab, you can create your very own game modes and write your own rule book. And the easiest way
City
to
Camo?
describe it is you can actually use if-then command. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially
Wow.
saying if this thing happens, then this thing will happen. So say, for example,
That's actually
if
kinda
I
sick.
overtake a car, I get 100 points. Or if I take a jump, then a horn goes off, for example. This is a proper game mode editor. There's never been something like this in Forza before. And
Forza
it gives
Horizon
you the
5
freedom
Death
to
Run.
basically make anything
Imagine.
you want. For example, some of the game modes I've created back in the day for Forza Horizon 3 and 4 and so on, that we've always just had to kind of follow the rules ourselves, we can build them properly in Forza
That's actually kinda
Horizon
sick,
5.
though.
Say, for example, the presidential escape missions I like to do. Say you make a command, if my car reaches 100% damage, then mission failed. Or if my car reaches 0 miles an hour, then mission failed.
That's
Restart.
really cool.
I seriously cannot wait to jump into the event lab.
That's an
It is
underrated
gonna be
feature for sure.
insane what
That's sick.
people build. I cannot wait. And last but not least, I did want to wrap up with one minor little change that may not be the biggest thing, but is really, really cool. There are brand new dirt and mud effects for Forza Horizon 5. Say,
Nice.
for example, you're having an off-road race through the jungle in FH5 with some rally cars. Your cars will now throw dirt back. So if you're like the second or the
I
third
would
car,
expect
you've
that.
got guys in front of you, they're gonna be throwing dirt up at the front of your car and getting your car super, super dirty. It's a
That's cool,
small
though.
little addition, but makes things way more realistic and super cool, honestly. There you go, though. That is everything for Forza Horizon 5 in this video. Like I said, I've got another video coming out in like an hour or two talking
Nice.
all about customization. If you guys want to see that, make sure you're subscribed to the channel for all of my Forza.
Yeah, subscribe to me. Well, subscribe to both of us. Kidding. No, I'm not kidding, but subscribe. If you guys want to see my Civic though, follow me on Instagram. Link in description. But no, that's really cool. I don't think they talked about that because I think there was a lot of people who are like normies to Forza, that they don't necessarily care about that kind of stuff, I suppose. I don't know. I kind of think that that's more of like a feature that's like hardcore Forza fans might be like into. I don't know. I think that's really a cool feature though. I don't know why they didn't mention that on their stream, but it's cool. Definitely really cool. It definitely means that we'll probably be able to like literally code city camo into the game pretty much, which is sick. Yeah, no, sure. I'm not gonna keep streaming that long. I do have some work I gotta get done today, so I'm probably gonna go focus on that here in just a little while. But yeah, if you guys like the stream, smash a like. If you're new around here and you're still sticking around, please subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate that. Fun fact, this weekend in 2 days, I am literally going to Road America. One of my friends actually races a GT4 Aston Martin there, and I might get a ride along. I'm going to be filming all of it. I'm going to be vlogging all of it, so make sure you're subscribed so you can see that. It's going to be an insane vlog. We're going to fly out on like a private jet. We're going to get like hopefully a ride along in the car. It's going to be so much fun. I'm going to literally live like a professional race car driver for a weekend, so you definitely won't want to miss that video. And then I'll have just a bunch more Forza Horizon 5 videos coming out on the channel. And then as soon as the game comes out, I'm going to be streaming here on YouTube a couple of times, playing the game, doing open lobbies with you guys. But if you want to see all the other streams and have a chance to be in the videos, follow me on Twitch, link in the description. I plan on streaming over there quite a lot more, especially once the game comes out. Just right now, I don't really have a reason to stream over there. But game comes out, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch all the time. You guys can get involved in videos, so make sure to just follow me everywhere at this rate. Links are all in the description under the follow me bit. So, yeah. Samir, you're breaking the car. It's funny because we actually have a friend named Samir too. It's a funny video. I really like the S14. I like the pink S14. It's cool. I haven't gotten to ride along while he's drifting in it yet, though. So we'll have to make that day happen eventually. But yeah, I want to get my own drift car at some point. I just can't afford it right now. So at some point, hopefully, I definitely want to get one. 4-hour vlog win. Well, probably never. I don't think I'm ever going to make a 4-hour vlog. Yeah, so I guess for tuning in. I might end it here though. I've got some work I gotta go do, but more Forza Horizon 5 news videos are on the way, so be expecting that. I'm gonna go eat food now. I'm hungry. Actually, I need to test something real quick. I mean, effectively the stream is over. I'm just testing some stream settings while we're here, though. Make sure my computer can handle it. Yeah, you too, Jerome. Okay, cool. So it looks like my computer is fine. Sick. Heck yeah. Alrighty, guys. I am going to end the stream here. Thank you for tuning in. It's been fun. We found out a lot of cool stuff today. So, yeah. Maybe if there's another, like, really big stream that happens, I might stream my reaction to it. We'll see. But for now, that's all for me. I will see you guys in the next one.